Last time, Byron, this is very important for you. The People's Hand spends some final moments in farewell with Gertrude and heads from Fort Trinity on a long trek to Wild Valley. For some, this means seeing new places, and for others, this is a pleasant and welcome return to familiar ground. On the road, they encounter some large ogres and take the opportunity to test out some newfound skills and abilities. Days later, stumbling across a lone and wandering traveler injured and starving. His name is Terran Sackett, son of Ashen Sackett, a wealthy merchant and businessman from the northwestern town of Boulderwind. He claimed to have been traveling and looking for a specific individual by the name of Togan Kruluk, and while in search of him was attacked by highwaymen. Until days later, into his kidnapping, these highwaymen were ruthlessly attacked and slaughtered by a group of militant elves within the Wildwood Forest at the base of the Tor Pinnacle. In conversation with High Commander Trake at Fort Trinity, you lent him the Ill-Mounter and set up safe travel for him to meet with the man he's been searching for weeks. Now, days later, you approach the Wildwood with care and caution. Your final night outside the forest is interrupted by some sort of magnificently enormous creature flying above you in the night sky. Travel through the forest goes smoothly, given the fact it's relatively well traveled, and Hulk is there to guide the troop. But just as the forest edge is in sight, ambush. Ropes around your necks, and with remarkable speed, nearly all of you are yanked to the ground and pulled in different directions into the forest and straight up to the trees. Each of you hearing loud stomping footsteps with each yank of the ropes around your necks. We pick up right here. Everyone roll initiative. So the only people who are not grabbed were... That's what I thought. And I thought there was 3.
I thought Lucky succeeded.
Lucky. No, Matt failed.
Oh, shoot. I don't...
Us unlucky.
It was the... Yeah, sorry. So Lumen is flying at the front. So right now, if you see where you guys are at, Lumen is flying. Behind him, Lucky is there. And I'm just saying that Titus is probably on the cart that Lucky is pulling, if that's fair. Sure. So with that, in the shadows of the Wildwood, this forest, each of you yanked harshly. Oh, I need to get your initiatives. I'm sorry. Roll those real quick. Let me go ahead and roll mine as well. 20 to 25, anybody?
Doing good.
Looks like it's just the elves you feverishly added 10 to their initiative to.
No,
Elves or dragons?
he added 11.
11!
11 is the number I rolled on one of the initiatives.
I knew it! He did know it.
Okay, so 15 to 20?
18.
17.
15.
Anybody higher than 18?
19.
10 to 14?
12.
12.
2 12s?
You
Oh,
go
shoot, we still don't have
You're,
Cephas.
you can go first.
I'll roll for Cephas. 16.
Okay, Edvard and Clonus, what'd you guys get?
7.
Clonus got the 12, tied with Venora. Venora gave the tie to Clonus.
I did.
Alright, so top of the round, I will say this. As in this shaded forest, it's fairly dense, so there are pockets of it where it's kind of dark, and out of these pockets, ropes clench around most of your necks, yanking you backwards, either off the cart, boom, hitting the ground, or off of your steed, whatever it is. In some cases, you're being pulled and smacked against trees and then rapidly being shot backwards into the darker portions of this forest off of the main trail. With that, Lumen, you see a rope coming straight for you, and you flutter just out of the way in time. But then as you're turning and doing this, you see a bunch of your friends, almost all of them except for Titus and Lucky, and getting pulled in different directions. In this brief second and moment, you do not see what it is doing this, but you see these like coming from around corners of trees or dark shadowy portions of the forest. These ropes are coming. What do you do?
And everyone gets pulled, right?
Everyone but...
Everybody that did got yanked backwards, and they're all prone and being pulled back.
But Titus and...
Titus and Lucky. We're
that's
right
so
there,
far
right
away.
behind you. So Lucky is right behind you on the ground, and Titus is behind Lucky. And you see, as this happens, everybody's like, oh, like grabbing their necks as they're being pulled, dragged through the dirt. And like, you watch as Ghibli gets dragged and cracks into a tree, and Venora's being pulled. You see straight for a tree.
That's
I will do
so cool.
enlarge on one of the ones that are being pulled.
Okay, so people, what's the range on a large? Is it 60?
Wanted you on Cephas, but he's not here, so it just makes it... But 30 feet.
30 feet?
Is he within 30 feet?
I'm actually going to say no.
Okay.
Just because I'm going to say Cephas actually got pulled a little bit farther
He's the guy on the
away.
left, huh?
I just couldn't put him all the way out.
Okay.
But I'm going to say he's technically on the edge of that map, but Cephas got pulled pretty far.
Okay. Colognes?
Sure.
Is Clonus within 30
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
And you're up 1, so yeah.
Okay.
It's almost exactly 30.
Am I on top of those those
You're behind
stalagmites?
them.
I'm behind the stalagmites, which are just like a rock cover.
It's like
A boulder.
little boulder about
Okay,
that high.
perfect. Thank you.
Are you doing it on Clonus?
Yeah.
Okay. So Byron, remember that you are twice the size. Where's the little thing that we use for tightness?
Wow.
You can put that on your mini when you stand it up. If you stand it up, that way it doesn't make it all cattywampus right now.
Now, does that do anything to the rope?
So yeah, we'll get to that. As you cast it, you watch.
Terrifying.
Okay.
I'm going to have Clonus. You go ahead and roll
Neck.
a strength
muscle
saving throw.
check.
A strength saving throw. A neck muscle check. Yeah.
He's enlarged, right?
Yeah, he's advantaged.
Advantage.
Hallelujah.
And I will roll one for the rope.
Strength save. So that'd be 14.
14? Okay, so you resisting any extra damage, this just grows with you, and whoever's yanking on you, just the side, like you getting bigger and stretching the rope out doesn't loosen it from their grip. However, it doesn't do any damage to you.
Okay.
Had you rolled below 10, it would have started constricting your airway. So with that, you feel you're getting bigger and bigger until you're easily over twice your size, just over it, and beefier and stronger. And the person pulling you, it does slow down because as they're pulling this fairly heavy dwarf, all of a sudden it slows down only slightly.
Does my mass become twice also?
Yes. Weight times 8.
Weight times 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your weight becomes 8 times.
And you already had jiggle to your wiggle.
You were like 220 pounds already, right?
Because I weigh 210.
Wow. So you'd be 1680. Plus armor, though.
Yeah. And I'm 4'8", so that'd be...
Pretty close to 2,000 pounds, probably.
And the rope doesn't slow.
Well, I didn't know that part of it, so that'll change things.
Yeah.
No, the rope
I was just
still doesn't slow.
I was just imagining like who's on the other side.
They actually start pulling faster.
I'm 9'4" and 2 tons. Oh, is that 1 ton?
Yeah, it's 2 tons.
I'm a 1 ton pickup truck.
Dang.
You're a ton?
You've always been a pickup.
Fatty.
Oh,
Fatty. You're a fatty.
I was always a pickup, now I'm a dump truck.
You always had one, but now you are one. In that case, Byron, or Clonus, as you're being pulled, quickly, just like dragging back, almost immediately the rope just goes bing and stops, and you like stop and then slowly, like little inches.
1,600 pounds.
It's not absurd.
All will make sense.
Okay, just want to make sure we're understanding.
Magic exists.
Now, I mean literally tug inch, tug couple inches.
Okay,
You're not
good.
like before it was constant dragging.
Yeah.
Now it's
That must be great.
no. But that's what that strength save is for. You're like a rock.
Okay, whose turn is it now?
Um,
I'm just
How
big.
much does he weigh?
who? Titus normally?
When he goes large,
Well, how much
and then
does
he
weigh,
goes.
and then he goes large, and then I enlarge him.
It would be that twice. It'd be
Dude, you're dead. He's a rock.
So he
how
just
much do you
goes.
normally weigh?
300.
So he goes
3
from
by
2,400, and then when
64.
you beefed him up again from 2,400 to 20,000 pounds.
That
And
makes sense.
at that point, he jumps, and the Earth rotation changes slightly.
Dude, if we ever need to get through the floor or anything.
So last episode, when he was a small giant, he was 20,000 pounds.
Oh my god!
Please just look at this. That's why when he reached down and grabbed Ghibli, he was going
So we all
swooped
felt
down, and then every step.
That is amazing.
Oh, they're gonna have the giant turtle footprints that are never gonna be explained.
It's true.
It's
Oh, yeah,
Bigfoot.
there was like a dinosaur killed
Yeah.
them.
A dinosaur. Brachiosaurus came through here.
It's like seeing kitty footprints. You're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Scary, but not at the
That's
same time. Like,
amazing.
little turtle prints.
Little turtle.
Except this.
Because he's still a
Size of
child.
this table.
Yeah, each turtle print
I'm
would be
18.
like 2 foot wide.
15?
All right. So, Lumen, is that the end of your turn? Are you staying where you are?
Which way did my rope come from? Probably doesn't matter too much.
No, that's a good question. From the right. From over those rocks.
Okay. And
Bless you.
I'll go to the left just a little bit, just so I'm closer to most
Okay.
of my.
Diagonal one space,
Alright.
back and left.
Yeah.
All right. Golden. I love it. Titus. Cephas is on deck.
So I'm also going big.
You're enlarging?
Yes.
Big.
You a mini thing? Okay.
I'm going to the rope that is pulling Ghibli, which
Okay.
I've walked, and then I'm gonna pull on the rope.
Okay.
Use an attack to.
Pull against it. Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an athletics check, and it will be against
Oh no.
So 24.
24. Okay, wow. So you grab hold of it. Now this 2,400-pound turtle standing over Ghibli. You grab hold of it. Ghibli, you watch as he just yanks it back, and you watch the rope go slack. The end of it, in just a brief moment, you see is like frayed and broken. You hear a loud snap, and then this like sound of something that you pulled against.
Oh.
It's the rope monster.
I'll walk over to Venora and do the same.
I guess you have multi-attack.
If you're counting it as like a grapple check, that can substitute an attack.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say, because you're not restricted by the ropes, you're not that person, I'll allow you to do it as an attack. And given the nature of what you're doing, too.
That one probably doesn't work. 10.
So, that one is a 17.
Nope.
No?
No, I rolled a 2 and a 3.
I didn't. All right, okay. So, this one you grab hold of, now standing over Venora, and you watch as he just pulls, and you hear this like deep within the forest, and then this these not quite that big, but these heavy footsteps, like in a fast pace. So this like, and then it pulls tighter, and she actually gets pulled farther away, and it just slips right through your hands, kind of rope burning you a little bit, and then she hits the tree.
oh,
With disadvantage, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw
Yeah,
for
I
me,
think I
Venora.
had disadvantage.
this is so fun. Splits a tree open.
It's not gonna. I mean, at 2.
Okay, you do take 6 points of damage.
That's my turn.
Okay, Cephas, you guys watch. This is now the first turn of somebody that's being pulled. So you watch as Cephas still getting like pulled back, and those you can see Lumen. You watch Cephas disappear into thicket and bushes.
Oh,
He's a big one.
He is going to try and do something.
these elves must be on our side.
Take it away.
These elves must be on our side. They took
You just hear Cephas, just like pulled away, and then you hear as you watch him go in, like these two big bushes. He's straight through him, and you hear him just like scratch him up. And he's like,
Jeez.
and then you hear this loud crack, what sounds like a tree breaking and falling. Okay,
Must have hit his head.
and you guys will see Cephas next time Matt's here. Holik.
What?
He's gone, and he's out of there.
I told you, I was like, I'll play him.
And he's out of here. Okay, I am gonna
Oh,
try to.
also Il Mounter, same thing, but on the other side. But this is a horse being like dragged by its neck. And then
Matt should not have missed this one.
just gone.
I'm gonna try to get myself free.
Okay, so start of your turn.
Yep.
You immediately get pulled. You hit that tree, and while you're doing it, so first roll dexterity saving throw for me.
With disadvantage.
Yes. You and Vith.
Oof. I did not do so hot. I got a 7. And Vith did better than me, but still 10.
Okay. Vith just dodges the tree. She was farther away from you. You do not. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage and 1 force damage from the thing around your throat.
Okay.
And then Vith does not take any other than the 1 force damage of the thing around your throat. Okay. Now, how are you getting? You want to try and get out of it?
I'm gonna try and dagger and cut above my head where it's.
So you can make an attack roll.
From.
So you're making an attack. Yeah, because you're prone, you have disadvantage.
Okay.
But you know what? It would apply if this is an enemy. Because you're cutting something that's attached to your body, I will not give you disadvantage. Go ahead and reroll it straight.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't get worse.
It's better.
Okay. I feel bad if you get a straight roll and then it's worse.
13.
So you are able to. It's like moving around. You grab hold of it, put your dagger up to it, and start sawing away.
And 6 damage.
6 damage? Okay. You cut right through it, and this rope just goes like far in the distance. For a brief moment, like your head snaps back and hits the ground, and you already see that rope just at the tail end of it disappear into the forest. Whatever's pulling it is pulling with significant force and speed, and so when you let go, it's like a rubber band, and that rope just, and then you hit the ground hard.
Okay, I'm going to try and cut the rope for Vith. How close am I to this? Right next to him. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stand up and cut his rope as he's
being rapidly pulled away from you.
So I'm like...
Yep, go ahead and... This is just a straight attack roll now. Oh, it still was, I guess.
Better.
Okay.
It's a hit.
Hits.
And... only 5 damage.
5 is exactly what you need. So with that, you grab hold of it and just carve right through it. And again, this time you watch, and just as you cut it, you watch it just shoot off and into the forest.
I'm going to try and do the same to Venora.
And you hear this like...
Near. Or... I'm going to order Vith to, is what I meant to say, because I don't have another attack.
You're going to order Vith to do what, sorry?
To try and shoot through the cord around...
Venora's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like above Venora's head.
So Vith stands up using half of... And so did you, right?
Yeah.
So Vith stands up, half movement, just takes a step away.
Yeah.
You didn't need to take a step. So, Lexi, can you stand them up for me?
Yes.
And then move Vith to you.
That attack was 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And 7 damage.
Yep. Just gnawing through it real quick, and then Venora, your head just hits the ground as this one whips away.
And for like a slight second, he gets pulled like 2 feet and then lets go.
He's like just pulled into the air and like, yeah. All right, ending your turn?
Yes.
That means there's another one because he's already said there's an 11.
Reached the battlefield.
So, Lumen, you notice that gap where the trail just clears the tree line and goes off into Wild Valley proper, like this little village ahead of you, or it's a town. In the corner of your eye, you see something, and just as you turn, you see this elf in full, beautiful elven armor. It's this like, and it's of particular beauty to you because it reminds you of home, just in a way. It is like, not of home in the sense that like you're from a city and someone's wearing something that reminds you of the city. It's like you're in a different country and someone's wearing something that reminds you of that country, right? Because it's got elements of Fey nature to it, but not in every way, right? But you see, it's just this elegant, dark green leather armor that stretches up to the shoulders and kind of sprawls off like vines and slowly curls down his arms, creating these leather bracers. They have this vine pattern to them, and it's beautiful. And you watch as he slides in on his knees, pulls an arrow out of his quiver, draws it straight back, and fires straight at you.
I was like,
Oh, it's a friend.
Nope.
A kindred spirit.
A kindred spirit fires an arrow at you.
Enemy!
I definitely probably would have countered that, but the fact that he's so...
Countered it. It's not a spell.
What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Are you
I have
talking
no
about-
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have shield?
Well, no, but the fact that
I mean, no, but I
what you
want to.
said kind of threw me off.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, like, for an in-character reason, he's like,
Yeah.
in some cases, you might have thrown up a shield, but you're kind of distracted. And then, yeah, there is this, like, beauty as he slides in. It's almost this, like, slow motion. It's beautiful and graceful. And then, in a snap, an arrow is flying straight for your
I knew
face.
the hero starts playing,
Yeah.
and then the arrow's loosed, and it instantly
it's like-
stops.
Record scratch.
Smoke on the water
Because it does hit you.
Mike's eyes just go real wide.
Max damage on the arrow. And you watch as the arrow is flying through the air. You see this green flame that looks like brambles flying behind it. Okay, that is 12 piercing damage. An additional 4 piercing damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
He's dead.
That's a bummer. Okay.
And then do I roll again too for concentration on his strength?
Yes. You're good.
Cool.
So you fail the initial one. So what happens, you take 16 damage. I rolled really well, I'm sorry. As this arrow just impales the edge of your shoulder and into your, like, where the wings sprout out of you. And as that happens, you watch rapidly these thorny vines shoot out from that spot and attach to the ground and pull you straight down.
Like
And put him face down prone on the ground.
could I lash out and say something in Elven? Just like a
Sure.
that is offensive in sense.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Not
going
highly
differently.
offensive, but more like you jerk.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you say essentially, like, you dung heap in
Yeah.
in Elven as that happens.
You dung heap! You shot me!
Yeah.
Okay.
Not super
If they
offensive,
were
but just
to
enough.
say that.
Yeah, it's like saying like yeah, you dung heap or like something to that extent. Like it's like what the heck, but it's
Yeah.
not like profanity.
Because I'm still in awe a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I'm.
How dare you betray me?
Yeah.
Oh, you dung heap? Oh, you turd! Yeah, it's like you shot me, you turd! You rascal! You shot me in the thigh! You rascal! You rascal! You wily minx! As he's like, his face is shoved into the ground. Wily minx! Alright. So one shot hits you. The second one will go for Lucky. No!
Why?
Spend all our
That's-
inspiration.
What
All
kind
of
of
it.
elf shoots a horse?
No elf ever
Fair
shoots a
point.
horse.
Fair point.
Hey.
You can have one inspiration point. Because you rightfully corrected me on something within the lore. These are wood elves, and they would not execute a horse like that.
So, Venora, the second arrow is coming to you.
So, Venora, it's gonna
Go across the battlefield.
he's
through
gonna
the
shoot it
trees.
in the air, and it's gonna come back down and hit you in the thigh. No, he will instead go for Titus, this big creature that's in a direct eye line of him.
Oh, look at this giant.
You see this
Sorry,
tall
Titus.
bow, whereas if he was standing, you think this bow might be as tall as he is. This huge wooden bow, and it's beautiful and elegant. And he misses. Titus.
Is that the 17? I do not have my shield right now.
He rolled a 2.
Oh,
bless
okay.
his mom. There's no way. So, Titus, as you're
So
like
he only rolled a
pulling
16.
this thing that has Venora, and then you watch it just slip out, you're like holding your hands, kind of rope burns slightly, something just like ping right off the back of your shell, and you look up, and this arrow like straight into a tree.
Amazing.
All right,
Do the brambles come out of the arrow still and like wrap the tree and pull the tree down?
this one was not a bramble shot. No.
That'd be a crazy bramble. Get him.
Can I see any remark on him after I said
Remark or mark?
remark, like or smirk? Or
Did he
anything?
react?
Response.
Did he? Yeah, response. Thank you.
What's your passive perception? 18, right?
17.
Just as you like peel your face up off the ground, you see him like stand up quickly, and he's in like this half crouch, and he just runs over to that tree, and you watch him just 2-3 quick parkour steps up branches, and he's now in the tree, and you can barely see him. The only reason you know he's there is because you watched him do it. But had he not, he like beautifully camouflages in with this tree. It's almost as if like a chameleon. But you never saw like color change about him. It's just the way he's standing right there, holding himself in this tree. You can barely see him. You just see like the frame of his face.
Wood elves, man.
They're cool.
All right. Ending his turn, Ghibli.
So Ghibli will stand up and close to Ghibli. That's Clonus, right?
Yeah. Big old Clonus.
I'm gonna go to Clonus and I'm going to cut his rope.
Okay. So you have half movement when you stand up,
Yeah.
which means you have 10 feet. You can, I think, just get there.
Yeah.
You want to make an attack roll, I assume, to cut it?
Yes.
Go for it.
And the minimum damage I need is 5, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be 17.
To hit? Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Minimum damage will be more than 5.
Okay. So with that, you just quickly strike through this rope, and you watch it just shoot off into the woods. And Clonus, this huge dwarf, just... And you watch immediately this thing that was strangling him just loosens.
Oh, right. You're right. He was the big.
Because he swelled up to a bigger size while it was around his neck. His face is like beet red. His neck is all veiny.
Normally I would help you up, but you're kind of big and heavy, so no. And I'm still going to attempt it, actually. Attempt to help you up, I guess, so that you're not prone anymore. Do I need to make a save or
Because you've already you can't use half your action to do like the help action. I'll just say I will slightly alter the DC of something like that if he needs to get up and it's difficult for him. But at the very least, it's like RP wise, you hold your hand out to Clonus to help him up, and he's big, he's taller, than
nine
Cephas. Yeah. So you hold your hand out though, and he's welcome to take it. The help.
All right, that's my turn.
Just before Clonus.
Oh, real.
Sorry, buddy.
One. The tree.
The dreaded enemy one.
So these ones. Okay, anybody with a passive perception 16 or higher, will you please raise your hand?
What was the
16
Wait,
or
what
higher.
is 16 in passive perception?
It's a 16. Not
It's
a
not
9. So just these three?
With advantage or no?
No. Okay.
What about
What
on
if
a
you
clear day?
What if you add 7?
Does that make it work with
They're
9?
wearing flagging vests. You might be able to see
I
them.
like where your head's at, though.
I have.
What if I was
In
in?
the
What if
dirt.
I? So,
What?
I know we're in a forest, but is there like a lot of like clear land with no trees in the way between me and them?
You still wouldn't see
Okay,
them.
so we're in the
So when you're in the
meadows.
forest, you're like, is it a plains? When you're in the plains, you're like, is it a forest? So you're in the plains and you're like, I grab the tree next to me. In the forest, you're like, I run across 60 foot of open space.
I run my hands through the open wheat field.
It doesn't have to be logical.
We traverse
it just has to be true.
dense forest.
It's not.
I shoot my arrow 200 feet directly at the guy.
Yeah. With nothing impeding
With
me.
nothing impeding my
A
way.
clear sky in an open field. I can see for miles, and I see this little speck 3 miles away, and I take my shot. All right. Who is on the ground and still being yoinked?
My Oberon is.
Oberon.
And
Oberon's going.
possibly.
Yeah. So the Oberam, Edovard, and by technicality, Lumen. Yeah.
And the Cephases.
And the Cephases. Okay. With that, Edovard, the ones with you will spend their actions pulling you farther.
You can't be serious.
This is a point of order. What time of day is it actually?
It would be like 5 p.m.
Okay, so we still have sunlight.
Yeah, it's just like you can see, because you're right next to these mountains. Well, let's see, the sun sets in the west. So, but with that's why there's like shadows through the forest, because it's setting.
Yeah.
And it's not even considered like heavily obscured or anything.
No.
Yeah, it's just for the sake of like to paint the picture a little bit. There are spots that are kind of shaded, and then spots with clear light, like that trail has like some openings above it with some fairly clear light, and then there's some trees in the way creating shade. So mostly what you have is it's like a lot of these stretched out shadows, of trees that are 2 times as long as the trees themselves. But enough light to be considered, full exposure. So with that, okay, 6 arrows for you, Titus.
Oh my. Good.
1 misses, 1 hits. Okay, that is 5 damage, and then 2 more shots. 15 misses,
Misses.
right? Yep, okay. 2 more shots, 2 more misses. Wow. Okay, so you look up now, and you don't have your shield, you said?
No.
Okay. As you just kind of like hold strong, you just hear this like clicking in the trees, and then all of you hear this like this like war horn that in the area seems localized, but it's not like this guttural massive one. It's this like kind of like this wind instrument almost, like this like tinny kind of sound. And immediately at that sound, Titus, you hear it and look up, and then these arrows just shoot straight for you. 5 of them bounce off, and 1 just glances past like your thigh or something and cuts into it. And also, identically, the exact same or simultaneous at the same time, these other arrows that I'm about to announce also come for other people. There's more arrows. That was 6 shots for you, Ghibli.
Crap.
Okay, both of those hit. Actually, wait, do you have a 16?
Yeah.
One of them misses. One of them hits. So let's do that first. So as you hear this, you look up towards the trees, and you just, as that horn breaks out, there's been some loud noises, but this one is like, this was alarming, right? It is a horn, and then some birds just like off out of the trees, and at that very second, arrows from all different directions in the trees around you. 9 damage from one that just cuts through a portion of your arm, and another one, you see it just barely dodge out of the way as 4 more. Oh, one's a crit. Okay, 4 from the non-crit. Oh no! 14 from the crit.
Jeez.
Ow.
Those are the only shots coming at you. I'm actually going to use my last 4 on somebody else. On Holik. At me? Okay, 2 hits. Your AC is
16.
So 2 hit, 2 miss. And that is 13 piercing damage from the 2. So you barely block one, Aragorn style, out of the air, as another one just glances past you, and then 2 just carve through your side. Holik, you have a passive perception high enough.
Yeah.
You notice exactly where these arrows come from. 2 are fired by the same person in both cases. So it's 2 individuals from those 2 trees above you. And as you glance past that first one, or knock it out of the way, and one misses, you clock where these are coming from, and then immediately 2 more shoot out, and you see those trees. Venora, you see that same exact thing, because those ones glance past you as well since they come for Holik, and you see where those people are right in those. And then Lumen, you see the tree closest to Byron. You see
The
those
second
2. You see arrows shoot out of those as well. Okay.
So these birds can shoot arrows? Or?
So these birds can
Lumen,
shoot arrows.
you think you see kind of the outline of a person there, just like what you saw what this guy did. And Holik and Venora, both of you think you kind of see, just for a brief second, something shake and move through the tree, and it looks like the silhouette of a person, but just perfectly camouflaged with the trees. And actually, you definitely notice it because those people slide down the trees and run away.
Chicken.
That's not cool.
Okay, ending that, Clonus, and then Venora.
Ghibli reaches his hand down, I'm guessing, towards me, and I start reaching my hand up towards him, and then he
I'd say as he's dodging too, his hand that was reaching to help you quickly goes away.
Yeah,
because he is reaching down to help you, and then pulls back as he dodges an arrow, and then 3 slice into him.
Who needs help? I hear the groanings of.
Of an Edivar as he gets farther and
Oh,
farther
hang on,
away.
yeah, I forgot to do
Don't
that.
I go up?
I said that Edivard kept going. So Edivard, you go back 10 feet and up 15 feet into the. Goodness gracious. Who would see this? Lumen. And you would see it happen as he's going and being pulled up the tree. So most of these, it's safe to say, the ropes were over branches and then lassoed to you guys.
They're using pulleys.
So that this would happen. And Edivard's the only one it's happening to. So Edivard, you're going, and Clonus, as you go, does anybody need help? And you hear this, you look and see. You just see the tail end of it as Edivard is going up the tree and then just flailing like a fish.
How big is that tree?
That tree, I mean, the tree's probably
Are you choking? Are you
one of
choking?
the smaller of all these trees, but it's 32 feet tall, and he's 15 feet up it.
What's the diameter of that tree? If I take my shoulder and I hit that, will it knock the tree over?
You can try.
You're big.
You're big. If you were not big, I'd say certainly no.
Byron, here's what matters more. You're heavy.
You're 2,000 pounds.
That matters more.
The tree is probably about 3 to 4 feet in diameter.
That's a big tree.
Well, it's 32 feet tall. It's 3 stories.
So I'm gonna charge towards Edivar.
You can action dash to him.
If I action dash and I just plow that tree and just try to plow the tree over.
His ram was caught by the.
Oh, he would have gotten pulled.
Yeah,
as
he
well,
would have
but
gotten
never
pulled
got
as well.
He gets pulled to the same tree, just the other side.
So they're both on that tree. I'm tackling that tree.
Okay. So he is high enough that you're running under him still?
Yeah. I'm gonna full lineman, take the penalty, charge that
Yeah,
tree.
I'll let you roll but it's a high DC.
It's a high DC.
There are other d20s if you want to choose.
It's a thick tree, but it's cool.
You're picking out Levi's stash.
I am
No, these
using the
good.
cursed Levi dice.
Do you want to use high variance? I'll let you.
For free?
With advantage?
There's one high variance.
No, let's. Jude, I like this thing that Jude talked about, and I think that this is a good way of using the high variance from now on. These critical moments, where they have story importance, and I think are worth it. I think you're seeing your friend, and you're seeing your new mount. Do you want them?
Sure.
Keep the advantage.
This interaction can either go storybook spectacular or not.
Or the opposite.
Not.
And it's very cool. I love it. It's crit.
And he is.
That's a critical 20.
Yeah. Okay, for a total of
23.
23. So with this, you run, and then drop your shoulder and just crash into this tree, this 3-foot thick tree, this 2,000-pound dwarf with like 15, 20 feet, or like 15 feet of leading room. And then as you crash into it, it is going to deal some damage to you.
I don't care. I want to hear that sweet
not
sound
watching.
of
He's got his
pine
eyes
breaking.
Okay, you take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
as
yeah.
You crash into it with all your weight and strength. And as you do, you hear this, and the tree starts to like
That has to be
lurch
terrifying.
over.
That has to be terrifying. He's 15 feet
Yeah.
up and, like,
And then just
free falling.
It's not completely falling.
Okay.
It's not completely timber. It cracks and it starts to like lurch over, which is giving them some relief. It's lowering them a little bit, but it does not timber. It was a really high DC, man.
So good.
I'm sorry.
Some things are strength.
I know, some things are strength.
Some things are strength.
Some things you win, some things you lose, and some other times you just leave your friends hanging.
Literally.
But I will just tell you, so you don't feel like you completely lost, it's going to lower some DCs for them.
Okay, good.
Ending Clonus' turn?
I think that's all I can do because I used everything. Because I used my bonus action, or I used my action to dash, basically.
Yeah. Venora and Edovard. Actually, just before Venora,
The dreaded enemy 3?
which you guys cannot see. Okay, go ahead, Venora.
Okay.
He is enemy 3.
I am going to hide behind this tree.
You go hide behind that tree?
I'm going to hide behind the tree, and then I'm going to yell out in Elven, and
So Venora quickly stands up and darts behind a tree, putting herself now, this tree in between her and the trees that she saw arrows shooting from.
I'm going to sit prone.
And sit, and you like crouch down, all right?
I'm crouching.
Or what are you saying? And has anybody heard you say anything in Elven before?
No. Ooh. Please stop firing. We mean you and the forest no harm. We're just passing through.
Roll a persuasion check. Oh, because you're saying it in Elven, it's just a straight roll.
Oh, she's an elf. We thought she was a half orc.
We thought she was a half orc. She's just real
Silly us.
I thought she was a big
strange
dwarf.
looking elf.
A big green dwarf.
21.
21, okay. Ending your turn, Venora. Edovard. At the start of your turn, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Love strength saving throws. 15.
15, okay. You take half damage. 3 force damage as you're just being held up, and now no longer going higher, but just being held in position there, hanging.
I'm gonna try and cut this rope with my sword. I'm gonna into my hand.
All right. So reaching up, the sword appears in your hand. This dark blade, right?
Yeah, this long dark blade. And I hook it up, and I'm gonna have my bird try and like help me somehow. He's gonna use the help action.
All right. Giving you advantage.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
19. It's one-handed, so it's a D8. Should have gone 2. Wow. True minimum damage 5.
Okay. You are 15 feet in the air. As you reach up, cut it, and then free fall 15 feet.
That's nothing. What is that?
3 bludgeoning. Actually, you make a dexterity saving throw first. Sorry.
6? Oh, that's high. 20 plus.
Okay, so just 2. You don't fall prone. You just fall. Your knees kind of ache a little bit.
Good job, good job, good
And
job.
you
good
see
job.
Clonus, and when you did, I mean, that was good. You made the DC lower on that for him. It was actually 10 feet instead of 15 feet, we'll say, because it lurched over slightly where you were. And you fall to the ground. You look over and see Clonus just like holding his shoulder after crashing to this tree. And the tree is now still slowly, because the pressure that's being applied to it with the weight of this ram on it, it's slowly coming down. And now fibers of the tree on its right side are just breaking.
I run right there. What is the dirt here like? Mulchy?
It's like soil. Right where you're at, there's lots of roots and stuff up out of the ground. It's not super soft, but it's not dry. I mean, you're in the midst of a forest.
I take both hands, put on my sword, stab it in the ground. I'm going to action surge and cast Fog Cloud.
Ooh. Interesting.
So, 20-foot radius around the point I'm standing in. Heavily obscured, so anyone looking in or in it is considered blinded. It should hit Clonus, Ghibli, me, and Oberon.
All right. So as you stick this down into the dirt. Just this plume of dark fog spirals out from the ground around you and immediately starts filling the space. And then from outside of it, fog starts like pulling inward. And with that, it like connects to this fog that you're creating this spiral. And in seconds, it quickly spirals out into this massive cloud.
And have I seen Lumen studying his goblin book?
Yes. It stands to reason at least once.
At some point, I'm going to move. I'm going to shout out in goblin. Cart. Get to the cart.
Cephas somewhere, just like instantly starts having a tingle go off.
He just starts having PTSD.
And I drop prone and end my turn.
Oh, he drops prone. You're still within the fog too, so you just rush in the direction that you think that was.
Well, I look at it as the fog is going through. Yeah.
And you rush that direction just into a tree
and fall over.
No, but you do hit a point where you just see the rump of Lucky right there, and you stop. All right, ending Edovard's turn. Top of the round, Lumen. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Be strong. For once.
Be strong and courageous. Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
Whoa. Well, I mean,
you don't have a plus over 10.
You don't have a plus over 10.
Plus 0. So
okay, yeah. So you are still prone and grappled. Go ahead and do what you'd like to do.
I will say 2 things. One, and also goblin.
You're going to try?
Yeah.
You're not going to get it for free. Well, you don't know goblin, right? You're learning.
Yeah, I was,
barely.
I was hoping to say one thing and then...
Just tell me what you want to say, and then I'll have you roll, and then I'll tell Jude what he hears. So, what do you want to say to Jude? Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Be smart.
So, in an already broken language, this language is like very choppy. You hear, just intelligence check.
16 plus 3.
Okay, you hear, I'm now stuck thorn. Zzz. I'm now stuck thorns. But in Lumen's voice. So you can say it again in Lumen's voice if you want.
But with goblin words.
Oh yeah, do what you think that would sound like in Goblin, but please, as Lumen. Yes. Yeah, they're like, chomp, chomp, cart, cart, or whatever.
A stock. Dun stock. I.
Stock.
Say it reverse.
Goblins are just Yoda.
Yes.
Yeah. German goblin Yoda.
And the other thing I'd like to
German
say
goblin.
is to the elves, and I heard Venora talk Elven.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say again?
We mean you no harm.
Yeah.
Stop firing or something like
Yeah,
that.
we're just passing through something.
And can I roll for a history check? That would be like memory of what I know about the possibility of the confliction between elves and what's going on.
I'm going to make that your action. No, I'll let it be your bonus action.
Okay.
You're just scouring your memory, right?
13.
Okay. What you're trying to remember what you know about current Elven conflicts?
Yeah. About kind of like this force and what they may be fighting for. Or
Within
why
the
they're
realm
fighting.
of this forest specifically, you can't think of any Elven conflicts over this forest. The best that comes to your knowledge is that you've heard of some occasional groups of elves who vehemently oppose the human kingdoms. And you would know a massive world event that happened 75 years ago when a bunch of elves showed up out of nowhere. Many of them claiming to have come from this foreign land that was invisible to the rest of the world. And some of them wanting their kingdoms back, some of them wanting help. And that is a semi-recent, for some races, but semi-recent, massive political event that is still the fallout being dealt with now. The human kingdoms, some of them welcomed them in, some of them did not. Many saw them as fugitives. And so in your understanding of Raskelia, elves were not just given this land again, and a lot of elves hate what's been done to the land, quote unquote, but not many are fighting. You know, they're just like, some are being helped in certain places and some have just done their own thing. But you also know, like in Marenthal, for example, a whole section of that kingdom was sectioned off for the elves that returned because it was originally theirs, but they couldn't really deny the fact that the humans there couldn't deny that they've been living here for like a long time now. So they sectioned off a portion and just gave it to them as a kingdom of their own. But here, no such deal has really been found. It's just been like, you can live with us.
Okay.
So that's all you. I mean, it's very general, and that's like something most of you guys would know, except for Titus. Like most of you, I would say know that. Maybe actually Venora, you probably would not. You would know a little bit of that. I know you would know that. It's just like, but like right now, this forest, like these guys killing people, like that's strange. Like you've heard stories of like a few, like situations in different areas where the elves' return was like seen as a threat, and then they were attacked, and then elves attacked back. But nothing like this. This is like either these guys are highwaymen themselves, like they're criminals, or you don't know why. This is strange.
Okay.
Course of action.
Then I'll try to say in Sylvian.
It's the language of the Fae.
And say to them, "We have no qualms with you. We are foreigners, as you can tell. We only have one human in our party."
You can roll a persuasion check if you'd like, but this is going to be your action.
Yeah.
The negotiator.
9.
Okay.
Yikes.
That ends your turn?
And I'm not struggling at all. Just
Okay.
like how she was sitting. I'm not going to...
Titus, and then Cephas.
Do I see... So I have 10 feet blind sight.
Okay.
Do I see anyone around me?
At this immediate spot, no.
I would move back towards the cart.
All right, it doesn't trip your blind sense at all.
Okay.
As you run back to the cart. You're on the edge of this swirling cloud of fog, though.
Oh. Can I assist Lumen?
Try and break him out of those things? Sure. You want to make a strength check against those vines?
14 strength check.
Grabbing his shoulders with one hand and then the vines in the other, you just tear them apart and destroy them.
It's pretty sick.
What are we doing, guys? And that will end my turn.
Okay, Cephas. Pollock.
So the two ran off away, and
You saw them like slide down and
I am going to start with healing myself.
Okay.
Using healing hands.
Whoa.
Wow, almost minimum. I love that. I'm gonna move towards where the cart and Titus and Lumen are.
Okay.
And hearing what Lexi said.
Who's
And
Lexi?
Venora.
Did you understand what I said?
And I'm going to make a perception check to see if I see any more in the trees around Buddies. Because I don't want to just run off into the forest alone and then just get cherry picked by multiple elves.
Okay.
10.
It is... This is a game of like, it feels like needle in a haystack. You're looking at all these trees and branches and they're all swaying and moving in the wind and with the ropes pulling against them and all this stuff. And you do not see anyone. And you're just like looking around and it's terrifying. You feel like
search
every...
the trees, and I'm gonna have him do the same, but here.
Okay.
5.
Even worse. Vith is
Yeah.
just like standing there. Nothing.
And that ends my turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, I couldn't have even made the perception check to begin with. I didn't see anything, but I had healed.
Oh, that's an action?
Yeah.
Okay,
my
you're
bad.
good. Oh, you're good. So you just sent Vith as a scout, kind of,
Yeah.
and Vith gives you nothing. Lumen. Just after this being torn apart, and you say that, there is this crunch at your head, and you look up and you see 2 feet that were not there before.
Crazy.
Titus, just as you do that, you look up and see this elf standing face to face with you over Lumen. And he says in Elven,
Does he have nice shoes? Does he have nice shoes?
he has these immaculate green leather boots with this vine pattern up them.
You have very nice shoes.
Because I assume I'm still on the ground, kind of looking right at this.
In response to what you had originally said, he says in Elven, there are higher things at play here. And then he stabs you.
Talk about not cool things to do.
And you, still over Lumen's body, you like shove your shoulder at the last second and block the blow with your shell. It glances off you, and he and then he slices again downward towards Lumen. He just misses. As this long sword in his hand, it glances off your shell, and then you take a slight step forward, now providing even better cover. And as he goes to slice downward around you, you just like throw your other shoulder in the way, and your shell just blocks it. As you take a step back, Lumen's still exposed, but you block both hits. There's really no way like it made sense for Lumen to be like dodging those, but that works well. He stands there, holding his long sword, kind of like holding his hand out, almost this like kung fu pose in a way, with this long sword like along the side of that arm, stretched out straight for you now, Titus.
You wait an hour and I will fight you.
That guy just cast control.
When it comes back to my turn,
You wait.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. So Ghibli standing there. You are blinded by fog.
And first things first, I'm gonna take a second wind because I need it.
Taking a breather, kind of centering yourself.
I'm gonna heal for 8 damage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And I am gonna go and try to traverse towards the tree that's closest towards. Let's see, on the trail that leads out to the exit. Would that be northeast west?
The trail was taking you guys to the east. You were traveling in an east direction, so that's what the trail is going.
I want to slowly go towards the nearest tree towards the east, and then after I do, I'm going to go prone.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're still in the fog, but you're just doing your best to go in that direction. I'll say go ahead and just roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 2.
Okay. I'll decide which direction you go. You go the general direction. So you carefully, like you're going the direction you believe is east, and you're pretty close. I mean, you kind of just went northeast a little bit. And then as you're going to your right, you see a tree, and so you hunker down behind it.
And that'll be my turn.
Holding action for anything or no?
If there's a elf that comes too close, I'll take a swing.
All right. Ending Ghibli's turn is now the rest of the elves. Those two, from the direction that those two ran off in, Pollock, you hear
Just sick. It's my low cream.
Oh no.
these heavier footsteps, not gargantuan footsteps, but heavier footsteps. Certainly heavier than what the elves were, because they made almost no sound. They are not bears, but I'm going to use bears for them.
They're werebears.
They're owl bears.
A werebear. They're bears.
They're buffalo.
Honestly, I'd be terrified.
I think that one was supposed to go on the other side.
Rushing in from behind the trees, you're hearing. You guys both hear quick steps and heavier than a person. And these like these growling grunts as something comes running in straight out from behind the trees. You guys see
Oh no.
running on 2 legs, these long lizard-like tails behind it, and these long necks with massive jaws, these small clawed arms as it runs forward with elves riding on its back. No! These are, who's seeing it? Venora, Holik, both of you. What is your passive nature?
Eek. 10.
I don't know.
Just make a nature check for me,
Okay.
so that you can see this. And Viz can as well.
What are these giant lizard birds? They can't be harming me, I guess. I bet.
Can't be able to harm you.
Can't be able to harm me.
9.
9? Okay, you do not know what this thing is, but it's a creepy, large, lizard-like creature.
Don't like it, don't like it, don't like
We
it.
both got 14.
Those do not look at the group chat unless I said that you saw this.
Oh, my phone's not here. I can't even cheat if I want to.
But Lexi and Levi, you can look at that.
I like The Simpsons.
You know what it's called.
Oh!
All right, rushing in with that.
Oh, bruh.
Oh, brother.
Oh my gosh.
With elves on their backs. And you see on those like small clawed arms tied around the shoulders of these arms on each one, ropes.
Yeah.
These being what was pulling.
Dude.
Bruh.
They can pull?
No, I can pull. They can lift too.
Dude.
But these dangling ropes, really long ropes too, like they go off into the distance, like you can't see where they end.
I could flip them.
All right, this one though is going to be commanded. So instead of the elf taking an action on its back, it's just going to have it attack you. With advantage, and you watch as it rushes up just over you. This huge maw full of sharp teeth. It's going to try and chomp down on you.
I sink into the tree. Yes.
You're very lucky.
Oh, good. Yes.
It's rushing too fast, and with its head the size that it is, it goes to bite down, and it just scratches into the tree. And like where the tree is, it's holding against the top of its head, and it's just above you, literally
scary.
right above you, just this chomping down, so close. And each time it feels like it gets closer and closer. Your heart is beating out of your chest. All right.
Jeez.
But the one that comes rushing into you, Holik,
Yeah,
you
no
see just
tree.
about 15 feet away, the elf on its back take 2 arrow shots at you.
Would you rather be eaten?
Okay, one's a crit fail, so one you just slice again like Aragorn, and this next one just glances right off your neck and does cut you.
Oh.
It's not gonna glance off your neck and not cut you. 5 piercing damage.
Oh, my healing.
Now, in the fog cloud,
I was thinking range, you know? Oh, I never account for the dinosaurs.
I always have to account for the
I forget about the dinosaurs. The elf riding
rushing
dinosaurs.
into this fog cloud, and it would, where it's running from, plow right into Clonus. So Clonus, you hear rushing, and then at the last second, this horrifying, dark, shadowy creature, because it's in a fog cloud, you just see teeth just launch out towards you with disadvantage, but it's going to run into you, so now you guys can kind of see each other right up against each other, so you're hearing it. And then the fog around you is like swirling, and then out of this swirling fog, this like 4 foot by 4 foot maw.
Well, that won't be good.
Okay, that definitely hits.
That's not
Are you
cool.
sure? It's capable of missing, but I rolled 2 16s on its disadvantage. Wow.
Minimum damage 4.
No. 14 piercing damage. As it just crashes into you and bites onto your shoulder, shakes around, and then lets go, and now standing in your space right up against you. You just see, you can't see its body or like the elf atop its back, but you just see the end of its neck and this huge thing and the little claws at the end of its hands, just like staring right at you and like just trying to eat you. This huge creature. Terrifying, not what you're expecting.
Maybe I am glad that the arrows hit me instead of the
Yeah, you should.
the
Yes.
small.
Okay. Yeah, so now the elves that are in the trees.
Oh, I get it. Got it. I just got it.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Yeah, what did you get?
I got the thing that I
Didn't
was
get before, or-
Not getting before.
Got it.
And I got it.
I love it when that happens.
This takes 4 shots.
That's not cool.
Wow. 15 piercing damage, the first 2 hit. Next 2 hit. So it's 15 damage and then 17 damage. 32 piercing damage. That's 4 arrows. Sorry, buddy. So now you guys see they pin him to the ground, and then he just, these scales fall to the ground and then evaporate into dust, and now there's these 4 arrows that like cross. It's
Making
like,
a cage.
Yeah.
That's cool.
For his soul.
All right, but 4 shots that didn't hit any of you guys, I guess. And then there are 4 more shots coming for 2 for Holik and 2 for Titus.
Cars.
Of cars.
So Holik, I will say you saw where those 4 came from. Ooh. You just see like a rustle, or you hear this like clicking and rustling above you, and you just last second see something jump from a different tree into that tree, and then 2 shots get fired out of it towards you.
And they miss?
1 misses, 1 hits. For 8 damage, 8 piercing, as it just glances past your shoulder, cutting into you, and then 2 shots for you, Titus. From the same tree.
Oh.
Both miss.
He got 4 attacks.
There's just 2 guys in that tree. All right, Clonus.
Clonus sees Oberon hanging from in a tree.
Yeah, right beside him. Oh, I need Oberon because he goes on your turn. He needs to make a strength saving throw.
So, +3 on 20 equals 23.
23?
Okay, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, critical.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Okay. So he is struggling to get out, but does not take any damage this turn. Well, actually, he does. He has to take the minimum, so he'll take half. I'm sorry. But I'm going to make it a lower damage die just because. 1 damage. He's like.
Clonus rolls better when he's here.
When you're not rolling for him.
Well,
you don't have to say that.
Could be the roller.
no.
So what is Clonus doing? You're holding up your shield to this creature that just straight for you. You're big, massive, and then beside you, writhing in pain, hanging by its neck.
Clonus is going to attack the thing only I can see is the teeth of.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, occasionally you just see its teeth and then its whole head into view as it bites.
I have
at you.
advantage, right? Because I'm tall. Because I'm big.
No.
On attacks.
You have disadvantage. You have disadvantage.
When you're
'cause
big,
in the
you have disadvantage
fog.
because you're in the fog. When you're big, you get advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and then you get to add a D4 to your damage.
Sweet.
So
Okay.
disadvantage attack.
Disadvantage
Yeah.
attack. Dang it. How about 11?
Close, but no cigar. You slash forward with your sword as it like rears back, and it's gone as your sword, and then it clashes forward. And you put your shield up just in
And
time.
then I attack it again.
Okay.
Second attack. How about 12? Even closer, right?
So close. And this
So
time,
close.
you just crash into and like scrape across its teeth as it's rearing back. Sorry, bud. All right, ending your turn, Venora, and then Edovard.
Before
On the ground, this thing just like inching closer and closer as it's pushing its head against this tree, trying to get close to you because you were like pushing yourself up against it, and it just can't get close enough. Its big head, little arms.
Big head, arms. I sink down, making myself as small as possible against the tree, and cast Sanctuary. And
Which is a bonus action or an
yes,
action?
bonus action. And then I yell out in Elven. I wrote it down so I don't forget. Because I can still talk because it was bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just yell out at Elven, specifically to the guy trying to kill me, attacking innocent villagers. I mean, travelers isn't going to help you guys against with the nation. Please, please.
Yeah. You want that to be your action? You're trying to persuade them?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to be eaten. I'm getting eaten.
You're trying to be.
I'm trying not to get eaten. Freaking please.
What I'm trying to say is, this is not gonna work.
20.
Okay. Still, the dinosaur doesn't stop.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, if nothing else.
But at that, you do see. You couldn't see the elf on its back anymore because it's so close and there's this dinosaur. But you see it kind of like poke, like it peeks around the head of it and it looks at you, and you see just this smug elven face covered in dirt and like war paint essentially, and it's looking down at you with these like slanted eyes. Ending your turn, Edovard, and then Lumen.
I think I should be able to peer out of it from where I first cast it. Which is just what Edvard's doing. He's looking for, just because he knows he's at the skirting the edge of it.
The fog.
Do I see the elf?
Yes, you see this tall, graceful elf in this beautiful, elegant armor as he stands, this like long chestnut brown hair at his back that's kind of like blowing around in the wind as he holds his sword outward towards Titus, and as you poke your head out, he kind of like looks at you for just half a second, looks back at Titus, now kind of slightly adjusting his footing to be ready for both of you.
I'm gonna charge him.
Okay. And you like slip back behind him to take, I'm assuming, well...
I have my bird.
Oh, I see, okay. Okay, go ahead. So first attack with advantage as the bird like claws at his sword and it kind of like puts him off guard for just a second. Go ahead and take an attack.
I'm going to swing my net off my shoulders and throw it at him.
You kind of like strafe around and throw your net and then rush with it as he's trying to dodge it.
Ooh. That is a 23.
Hits. Which means he's immediately restrained.
Immediately restrained.
No damage, right?
No.
And then from behind him, I've been working on something. I'm going to slam my palms down and summon the bear trap because I have it linked as an arcane Eldritch Knight fighter weapon. So underneath him, from the ground, these giant metal teeth just...
My only thing with that, it's an occupied space, right? It's not going to be an automatic go-off thing. He's going to get a dexterity saving throw.
It has an attack roll. It's not a save.
I know.
Okay.
But he's going to get a dexterity saving throw to not be in its space when a summoning is happening. Does that make sense? You're activating a summoning, and things start crawling out of the ground, essentially. Okay. Is that unfair?
No, not at all.
All right. But then...
He automatically
fail
fails because he's restrained.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then that doesn't matter. In most cases, if you're not restrained, they're going to get a chance to get out of it before it's like fully summoned, and then you'll get to do your thingy.
Yes.
But in this case, because he's restrained, so you watch as he's like sword is bound up almost against his neck, and then this thing up out of the ground. You watch his eyes go wide as he looks down, and this thing
18
to hit.
Yeah. So he takes...
I think it would technically have advantage on him.
It
right?
can't benefit from advantage or disadvantage. 5, 8, 9 damage, and he is restrained. And I'm just gonna point my sword at the nape of his neck and kind of look around the trees like, we could just pass through.
We could just leave.
Okay. Ending your turn. It is now Lumen and then Titus.
I'm finally unbound, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just ahead of you, where this guy was standing, he's now bound by a net, and then these huge bear trap teeth are clamped down on his legs.
I'll try to give Edward.
You take one step forward, now imposing advantage for Edovard or
and
you.
Then, and then I'll say one more thing, and Elven.
Mm-hmm.
What side are you on?
You know
Maybe
it.
we can help.
Make a persuasion check.
8.
Okay.
Ending Lumen's turn. All right, Titus and Hulk.
Could someone move me in between the big scary dinosaur and Holik?
You duck down as Titus takes a big step over you, Holek, and then between you and this dinosaur.
And then I will swing at it.
All right.
Get him, get him,
A
get him.
dinosaur versus a dinosaur.
20.
Nice.
Hits. I think we called Titus. Or that was what was so funny that you guys said that earlier when you said that about Titus's feet. It looks like dinosaur prints. I was like, if only they knew.
If only they do. We always call it. Somehow or another.
10 damage.
All right.
And then I'll hit it again.
Getting
12.
To hit?
Yeah.
Just misses.
close.
Sorry, man.
No, you're
That first one, you crack it in the side of the face with that hammer, right?
Yeah.
And as you hit it, it just like, and you see teeth and blood spray off in the other direction. And just as it turns back, you go to swing down from above, and it dodges just in time, and it's like already now going for an attack against you.
And there's an elf on its back.
Correct. Ending your turn?
Yes.
Holik, and then the elves. I'm sorry, the elf.
Ah! Sprout out wings.
All right.
Fly through Titus and over the thing to the other side.
Through Titus.
And I go to attack the monster thing.
Okay, first attack has advantage.
21.
You're attacking the mount, not the elf, right?
Yes. And marking him as my favored one as well, on top of that. Wow, minimum damage. 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
10 was minimum for you as well?
I can do an extra 3 radiant because I got wings now.
Oh.
Here you go.
Alright, second attack. 22 to hit.
So soaring over them and landing behind this massive strike against its rear end.
And a link.
A link?
Yeah, between me and the blade, like a second blade.
Okay, so this... Oh, you're using the scythe?
Yeah.
Okay, so this, like, energy out of your chest, straight down through it, and then as the scythe strikes, this burst of energy out of the blade shoots into it. And then with that, Titus, in your face, this thing roars in pain and anger.
Heck yeah.
Not minimum damage. 13 slashing and 10 psychic, right?
Whoa, 23?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Not bad.
Yeah, you see like a flare of light in its eyes, this burst of like aurora spray from its eyes for just a second, Titus, as it screams and roars in your face, and then that fades away.
Slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
And that ends my turn.
All right. Now the green armored elf.
Yeah.
What can he do to get out of that?
A few things. He can use an action to get out of the restrainment from the bear trap, or he can use an action to get out of the restrainment of the net, or he can do 5 damage to the net to also get out. But it's straight action to get out of the bear trap. An ally can also perform an action to get you out of it.
He will, with his sword that's out, just like try and slice at the net with disadvantage. Natural 20 or a 15.
Which I think minimum damage kills a net.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming
I'm
he can do 5.
Yeah, well, he did 10.
Kills 2 nets.
So with that,
He kills 2
he just like, you watch him like put his sword out, and he bends back and slices forward, and the net falls around his feet. And then he's looking at you now. He can still attack you.
Yeah. He just
Has
has
disadvantage.
That's my good net.
Because, well, he's grappled with this or restrained with this?
Restrained.
Okay, yeah, so he has disadvantage. So in so much pain and unable to get, like, good footing, right? He's just stuck there, his feet, like, smashed together as he's swinging only with his upper body. Since he was facing Lumen, and he hasn't turned around, it's going to be really difficult for him to turn around. He looks at you, Lumen. What was the last thing you said to him? Oh, which side are you on?
Which side are you on? And then maybe we can help.
Holding his sword now out. And he would say, there are 2 sides. Those with us and those against us. And those with us are only elves. And then he slices forward. And critically fails.
That's what you get for being racist.
He slices forward, and as he does, it like twists his feet in the bear trap, and he... Go ahead, roll 1d6 for him. Or 2d6s and have it.
It's 6 damage half to 3.
That's that crit fail for you. All right, ending his turn, Ghibli, and then the rest of the elves. Oh no, he does yell out in Elven. Do not turn and run. We are staying and finishing this. Go ahead, Ghibli.
Well, after hearing that, it's like, well,
Do you speak Elven?
yes, I do.
All right.
Like, well, I guess conversation's out of the line. So, hearing the rustling and tussling pretty close to me where Clonus is at, I'm gonna go towards that direction.
You would run in that direction until you run into a monster. As you rush forward, there's this moment where you almost run into it and you like slide down as this claw just wildly, right, is being spun. It's not going for you, but this claw just rapidly swings. You slide under it and you're now standing looking up at this huge dinosaur.
I will attack it.
All right. You have disadvantage.
Right. Would that be 14?
That hits.
Ooh. And I'm going to make it a distracting strike.
Okay.
For that one.
So like striking at one of its joints, I assume?
Yes, but the way I'm going to do is that we're going to have like a half second of just eye contact with each other. I'm going to quickly pet it and then slash it.
So you like put your hand on its thigh, and with that, it like looks right at you. Of course. And like, it's probably going to bite you in just a second, but it does pause for a second, like, what in the world? And then you slash it in its face.
Alrighty then. So that is going to be a total of 12 piercing damage.
All right.
So the next time that dinosaur is attacked by another ally, that ally gains advantage.
And you have another attack, don't you?
Correct. So I still get disadvantage for my own attack.
Right. But it has to be someone else. It's their next time someone else attacks. Cool. So Clonus' next attack is a straight roll.
14 on that again.
Hits.
That one is going to be straight. It's going to be 6 piercing. So that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Ending Ghibli's turn, it is now the elves. Leaping from tree to tree. And then sliding down the tree and rushing for their leader. 2 elves leap over, like, you know, that run, and then they vault it, right? Put their hands on it, and then their legs rush out to the side, and then they land by their guy, landing by their leader. They stand there. One of them reaches forward and tries to pry him out. So is that just a strength check, Jude?
Oh, no, action, he's out.
The elf beside him reaches down, and now that guy is free. And then the other one that came to help, in case that guy failed, but like, apparently they don't, there's no way they can, will attack Lumen. 2 strikes against Lumen. One of them, the first one, he slashes towards you, and you just barely flutter away, and then before you can react, another one slices towards your legs.
Not my legs.
That's his greatest asset.
5 slashing damage.
Your net.
Oh, your net's gone.
How much damage in nets does he do?
I was thinking the same thing.
He hits you with 9 nets.
That's a quantity. That's roughly 16 nets worth of damage.
The ones on the backs of the dinosaurs command their dinosaurs to attack. So, a bite attack against Clonus. No.
Not allowed.
It's distracted with Ghibli. It's going to attack Ghibli.
Run, Ghibli. Run, Ghibli, run.
That's a miss.
I'm going to react and riposte.
Okay.
To
So
strike at
this
it.
over, like, charged strike, it, like, rears up and goes to smash into you, and just as it passes you, because you dodge, just step out of the way, and its neck is now fully exposed, you strike.
All right. Ooh. All right. That attack hits. Easy. And right before I riposte, I'm going to pet its neck again and then slash at it.
So you, like, just rub its neck and then right there just stab into it.
So 18 piercing damage.
Wow. Just digging into its neck, and it pulls back. All right, ending that one's turn. The one by Titus will lurch forward for a straight roll attack. It hits. Ooh, 20 piercing damage.
I will use my reaction and invoke my cloud.
Can we do that after you hear the damage?
I don't know.
That's the DM's decision. It should be on hit like shield and other things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll allow it this time, but just remember next time,
No,
like if it
if
hits you, don't
if
wait
we're
till
not
you
going to
hear
do it in the future, then I'm not going to do it now.
I'll allow it this time because you didn't know.
It's too late.
I did.
You're just choosing not to? Because I'm okay with it. You didn't
Yeah.
know. Do it. No.
Do it.
You can have a D4 of inspiration.
He's a man of
Jared
integrity.
for having integrity.
I also
Even when
will
I told
not.
you you don't need to. It lurches forward, bites down onto your shoulder, and you peel back. Your shell just scratch in places. That last one will. It's like towards you, Venora, unable to hit you as you're just like, please. And this guy like lurches around, looks at you, and he just kind of like this quick little back and forth shake of his head, and then he backs away out of sight, and then his creature attacks you again.
Has to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is true. How wise are those
Oh,
dinosaurs?
Hopefully not twice at all.
It's a 13.
Oh, it misses.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
It's like, and you see just in that moment, like this little like kind of charm in its eyes as it averts its gaze. So it just like rushes forward to Titus. A natural 20.
Oh, I will use my reaction.
Good thing he didn't use it early.
And you got inspiration for that.
I don't know if I want to choose its rider or
Dude, that's the funnier one.
Yeah, I choose the rider that is on its back.
Okay.
Or Holic.
So I think that's pretty funny. So yeah, you're in the way and you mess up and you just hear behind you. Oh! All right. With that, it like this massive jaws of this dinosaur rushing straight for you, and then a cloud appears in front of you, and then you just see over that cloud a cloud behind its rider, and these massive jaws. It doesn't see, but you see that image that you were seeing half a second ago behind it, and all the fury in its eyes as it clamps down on his back. Oh, that's 4d10.
It can't see where the jaws are until it's down.
No max rolls, unfortunately, but pretty high. Oh my goodness.
Did I say?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
You watch as this thing, these open jaws, completely bisect this elf. It's like it cookie cutters the center of it like its waist and torso perfectly in half, and you watch as from like shoulders, basically its pecs up, and then its legs just slide off the side of the dinosaur, and then the top of it slide off, its eyes wide, this open gaping mouth before it could even scream, and then the dinosaur just and then the cloud in front of you disappears, and it's right in front of you, mouth full of blood and meat, as it's just eating what it thinks was you, but it's too dumb of an animal to realize what it just did. And it's like long tongue licking all around its mouth, and it's just like going for you now again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
It did 38 damage.
That's almost max.
That's so much damage.
That would have killed
Max
me.
for what? Well, it rolled a crit, and it rolled 9, 8, 7, 9, and then had a modifier. So it was 9. Hang on.
That's a great roll.
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, 36. Yeah, it was an incredible roll.
It's all right.
It's nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure.
Yeah, that a +4.
Ghibli felt a disturbance in his spine. He's like,
You should.
Still way overkilled that.
A little bit.
Bruh.
Jeez.
And he wasn't hurt, huh?
Lexi, you gotta keep tallies for how many times we make the enemy kill the enemy.
It was over double its health, so it was like even a play. Like
gosh.
that's why it just eradicated it.
Gosh.
He's not coming back.
No. So its legs fell separately, and then the top of its body fell over.
It was a normal.
So all that will be left if someone finds this in the future is a right leg from thigh down, a left leg from thigh down, and then pecs up. Arms, like the top of its torso and head. So literally from its pecs down to its thighs.
suffice to say, I don't like his odds.
No.
Hey,
Well done, Titus.
Darth Maul made it. Thank you.
So that was the 3. Darth Maul did not make it from that. If they did, they just fused his legs to the That's a horrifying existence.
A little bit.
They just put a metal plate on the bottom of his torso. They put his legs on that, so it's like, and he's still like, he used to have a tiny lightsaber though, because it hit the ground. Oh no, he still has the same one.
No,
but
he
it's
has
like
the
cutting
same
into the
double
ground.
one.
Yeah,
He's just a chicken running around.
Imagining
it looks like he's just rowing a boat.
Yeah, he's just rowing a boat because that's all the moves he can do now.
Yeah. Or no, above it, like a helicopter. All right, we're done with this. That's all of the Allosauruses. But the rest of the elves they fire on Titus.
And me.
Nah, just Titus.
Dang it.
Just does.
So that's 4 shots on you, Titus.
It's fair. I deserve it.
Oh.
Oh.
1 missed. 2 missed. 2 definitely hit.
Okay.
That's
Really low
Where
damage.
is Cephas?
where is
10 piercing damage.
In the distance we hear.
All right, that's the elves.
Then-
Colonus and Venora.
I have to roll for Oberon.
Strength saves. Yeah, he's still being hung.
Oh yeah, poor guy.
10.
2 damage. You have advantage on your first attack against the dinosaur, which means it's a straight roll.
Get him.
That's
You see, as it's
incredible.
like its neck is being impaled by the rapier of Ghibli, and it's looking right up at him like, "Ugh." You've got an opening right there.
Okay, I'll take it. Let's attack. Okay, 20.
Hits. Not natural.
Not natural. It was a 14.
Definitely hits. So finally, bashing with your shield and swinging down with your sword.
So that's 9, 12.
How do you want to kill it? Its neck, it's like overreaching, and you're beside it. Its neck just exposes. You hit it, push your shield up against it, and chop into it.
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
You just straight down through most of its neck, leaving this big gaping wound.
I wanted to I want to cut through. Can I cut through and through?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I wanted to cut it and make it basically look like a steak. Like it's like one of those like nice fish steaks when you cut them in half and just. Freak.
All right.
But like the head goes, the mouth goes over here, body flap. I'm like, ooh, that would make a good steak.
Yeah, you just lob
Actually,
it off.
I can't see it. It's a fog. Never mind.
You can like see at your feet where it's lying, but you don't see like clean details like that. But you do, and where your sword still in it is holding it, you feel its head, all the weight of its head now, like with your sword just slides right off your sword because it's separated from its body.
Is there an elf on the back?
There was, yeah. He slides right down its neck, and now he's standing in front of you.
Can I take my second attack on it?
Certainly.
Do I get advantage on this one or not?
No.
Okay, disadvantage on this attack. Well, that was an 8.
That misses. It slides down right in front of you and it blocks your blow with its short sword.
Okay.
Right, ending your turn.
Yeah.
Venora and then Ed.
Eddie.
What are you casting?
I am casting Aura Vitality. And
Aura Vitality rocks.
and I choose. I see Holik more than I can see Titus. 8.
What are you doing?
I cast Aura Vitality as
this
an
is
action,
healing.
and yes,
Who are you healing?
Holik.
Okay.
8
So,
damage. 8
as you
healing.
cast this spell, there is this, like, circling
Oh yes, my first time
pool of
casting.
stars around your feet, right? Just this, almost like a whirlpool, but of these disparate stars slightly connected. And you, like, send out these few stars that kind of, like, twinkle on over to Holik, and then, like, fuse into his chest.
You're imbued with starlight, and
And I've got my wings and halos.
Sailor Moon.
oh, amazing.
Sailor Moon transformation. Yeah, his hairy thighs.
Holik's beard and hair.
And am I within?
Little skirt.
So how many
But a
turns
halo
is that
above
going to
his
take?
head.
Am I within 5 feet of the Velociraptor?
For some reason, I'm picturing Russell Crowe. I'm not Russell Crowe, Russell Brand. Russell Brand, even worse. Just, I feel like he's thin, but would have hairy thighs, you know?
Yeah.
And long black hair and the beard, so he's like in the Sailor Moon outfit. That's Holik.
Right, so I'm like an angel.
From now on, Holik is Russell Brand in my head, dude. so I'm an angel.
That's the craziest part about though. Oh no, it's you, Ben.
All right. Ed, and then Lumen.
Has someone benefited from the advantage between us yet? Lumen and me?
No.
The tension is palpable.
The tension.
So you can get both attacks at advantage. The first one from that, and the second one from your.
I don't have multi-attack. But I can make 2 attacks if I had 2 weapons, but I would have to use... Doesn't work. I will have... Soap. Dash him with lantern oil. And then 2-hand my longsword. I'm going to bring it up and cast Green Flame Blade on the elf. It's 26.
Hits. So oil splashes across his shoulder and hair, and then you slice through.
This flame is eco-friendly.
Does that spell say it ignites flammable things?
Yes. So the damage is
So bad.
6 slashing.
Oh, bad for you.
Bad for me. And then 1 fire plus 5 from the lantern oil.
Good thing
So
you have lantern.
6 fire. But Green Flame Blade does an additional fire damage to an enemy standing 5 feet. So 1 fire damage.
Wait, don't you add
For one of
your
those elves?
modifier to the initial?
Oh, yes, and I do. So add 2 fire damage to the green armored elf.
You still did 14 damage to him, right?
Yeah. I was just expecting more to get to the elf adjacent, but it rolled a 1.
All right.
All right.
So that little spurt of green flame just kind of off the tip of the sword, and the guy's like, ugh. Okay, provoking
From him?
and from his elf buddy.
Yes.
Both of them will use it.
Don't die.
Try not to.
That would be bad.
Okay. Both hit.
Shield.
Which adds plus 5. So then in that case, 1 hits. Woo! The guy that like helped his boss out just like tries from crouch to quickly slice at you, and then this bubble appears behind you, and his sword bounces right off of it. But his boss, taking some revenge, steps forward and just stabs straight ahead, two-handed, and the tip of the blade just digs into your hip. It renders you paralyzed for the rest of your life. 14. 14 slashing damage.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to second wind and end my turn.
Okay, ending Edovard's turn. Lumen, and then Titus. And yeah, as he strikes you, you disappear into the fog. Lumen.
It's an action. It's an attack.
This guy now standing in front of you, you watch Edovard disappear into the fog right beside you. It's just you and this guy and 2 other elves.
Edovard just ditches Lumen.
I thought we were working a little like come in, come out thing, but if we could want to stand there, we could just stand there.
Well, I mean, you provoked opportunity attacks, so Lumen could leave and not, except for one of them. So,
Yeah, okay.
you want to toll the dead?
Yeah, I'll
to make a wisdom save. Ooh, 20.
It's a green one, by the way. It's just because I think the other one tried to slash at me, and
That's
I'm
fair.
still trying to connect with.
That's fair. So one of the other ones, you kind of like, and you hear this bell ringing in the distance, and it is still focused on wherever Edovard went.
Okay. And then I'll make eye contact back to the commander. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, seems like it.
And then I'll cast Sanctuary on myself. And then I will.
So the shimmering gold light across your body.
And then I'll say to him in Elven, "You say you work with just elves, but you have something else under you."
What?
The
Bear trap?
no, the Velociraptor things.
I'm a racist. Well, I hope you don't have any pets then. Titus, and then Holik, unless you're moving. Are you gonna move?
Yeah, I guess again. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
the one that can will opportunity attack you. Wisdom. Oh, yes. No, that was his wisdom save, so he succeeds. Actually, no. That'll be his hit. I'll see if the wisdom save. That's a different die. He succeeds. So he hits you with his short sword as you step away for 6 damage.
And then I have to roll for concentration for the enlarged guy.
Yeah.
His
The embiggen. This is a minimum 10 for fail. Claudius,
Yeah.
standing there, slice the head off this thing, and then back to your normal size. But getting good use out of it. It was that 4, because that guy had 12 hit points before. You did 8 or whatever, and then rolled a 4 on that d4. And they give you just enough to cut his head off. Ending. Now it is Titus, and then Holik. Huh? Wait, where are you running to? You're going to go to the cart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my dwarf friend.
Claudius, you do hear that. Holik. I mean, Titus, and then Holik.
Okay. Bonus action, second win.
All right.
Sick.
Holik, did you already take
I used
advantage? Okay. I'm going to attack the one with the rider on it.
Yeah. The one that still has a rider on it, not pieces of one.
17.
17 hits. This is the one that you were hitting earlier.
12 damage.
Kill it. Oh. You just crush its skull in, I assume, with that hammer? Yes. All right, I'll roll for that rider, see if he gracefully slides down. He does.
Okay, I will take my second attack on the other one.
Okay.
A lot, 25.
Yeah.
No. 15.
Pretty good. First damage is taken. You just crack it in the side of the head.
Clonus killed one and Titus killed one. Those are the only two things I've died,
No
right?
other things have died, no elves.
Okay.
I'll action surge and take 2 more attacks.
Oh, all right.
Yes, that's what a fighter does.
17.
Fighter be
Hits.
fighting.
14.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Crushing its shoulder.
25 again.
Hits.
Oh.
So bad. 11 damage.
Pretty good, though, dude. You did like 40 damage that Wait, let's see. 11, you said? Yes. You did 40 exactly. So, cracking the side of its head, dazing it, crushing its shoulder, then hitting its knee, just in a lot of pain.
Okay, that ends my turn.
All right. Holik, and then the guy in charge.
I am. Would I provoke opportunity if I ran behind the dinosaur?
No. Giving yourself advantage, I assume?
Yeah.
We're such a good team. Yay,
We're such a
Holik.
good team.
Yay, Holik!
Or you said a little bit
I
bigger.
set one up for
We're
you.
such a good team.
You set up one for me.
That's what you sound like when you're big. We're such a good team. We're such a good team. What do you sound like when you're giant?
27 to hit.
Such a good team.
The list goes away when I switch out.
We're such a good team.
Because it's not me
He-Man?
speaking.
10 slashing.
All right. Slice into its back.
Still alive?
Correct.
All right. Now I get an natural 20
On what?
on the dinosaur that's about to die.
Well, you're just hacking it with a slice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not quite. 24 damage.
All right. Overkilled it with 22 extra damage. That's 2 health. You just slice into the backs of its legs. It crumbles backward, and you just straight down into its head.
Put that into the book.
I put it in the book.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
And you can remove that, and there's no elf that takes its place.
That's it. I just point
Ending
my
Hold's
sight
turn.
towards the guy.
It is now the guy. The elf that seems to be in charge pulls out this small, like, long piece of wood that is this, like those horns that go over, like that, do the loop-de-loop, but it looks like it grew that way, like a little tree or something. And he blows again, just, and all of the elves look at him, and you see Lumen. Anybody that can see him sees the two near him kind of like look at him kind of in shock, and then he just shakes his head and nods down towards the ground. Many of you still have families. Our fight is no longer with them. They have bested us and won. And he turns and starts to run.
Dude, he had just said earlier.
No matter what, we're gonna fight to the
You're
line.
right. 4 rounds ago.
Yeah, I
before
know.
half these guys took lethal
It's
wounds.
only 24 seconds.
What about Oberon? Does he come down the hill?
Not yet. It's not
Overrun still. Well, so is Cephas.
Cephas is no.
I'm gonna borrow your D20 real quick.
Cephas is already killed. Cephas already killed.
Oh, that was really good. I rolled a 19. Thanks.
Cephas
Wait,
already
is that-
killed the goat, or killed
Wait,
the
what was that
dinosaur
for?
Stealth
and-
check. Huh?
Cephas already killed the dinosaur and the rider, and he's gonna walk back with his dinosaur over his shoulder, like Monster Hunter. Hey guys!
Hey guys, I found something to eat. I think I found this.
All right, Ghibli, it's you. You hear that command in Elven. If you speak Elven, you understand that. All right.
If you don't speak Elven, you are confused.
There's an elf in front of you that now looks like on the defensive even more, and he's like slowly inching backwards.
I'm going to attempt to tackle him.
To tackle them?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one way to do it.
So that's basically a grapple check.
Yes.
Make with disadvantage, make an athletics check.
All right. So that is so that's 14.
Yeah. You just leap for him. You're not on the ground with him, but you do like crash into him and wrap your arms around him so he can't move.
All right, and then I quickly say to him, "You're not going anywhere until we get our friend back."
All right. Ending your turn?
Yes.
Okay, that guy will try and break out. It's 22.
Ooh, that's a 19. Good job.
Okay, you like crushing at his sides, holding him there, and he just slides out and takes a jump backward out of that space. And he looks at you, and you just kind of see him disappear into the fog, and then you hear.
Clonus.
Let's do a grapple.
Okay, go for it. So he'll take.
Yeah,
so
can I-
with disadvantage, it's an athletics check.
7.
Seven?
Or 8. 8.
You tied. Whoa. So rollies.
Oh, we're in the bowl. We're in the bowl.
It's in the bowl.
In the Thunderdome.
Okay, that was a 13 that you knocked over.
But you still won at a 7 over a 5.
So Beyblade my die.
Doesn't matter. Still Beyblade that.
Yeah.
Let it rip.
Okay, he just barely evades your grasp as you grab onto like his hair, this long elven hair, in your fingers, and then it just tears. You just tear a little chunk of hair as he just. The ones that were where Lumen and the other guy were, there's no one around them to stop them from this. So they run off towards the same direction that guy did, and they will just dash off the map. So you can take them off. The one by Titus, kind of like, and he just runs. The opportunity attack him? Go for it.
100%. Oh, it's so good. 26.
Okay. Roll.
Oh, you're not grabbing him. You're just smashing
You're
him.
smashing him? Yeah. Roll some damage.
11.
Okay. You just... And he keeps running. He just turns to run, and then you crash into his spine with this big old hammer. And he just...
Half speed.
Yeah, he's hurt real bad.
Oh, you're gonna run away? I'll sever your spinal cord.
So you can take that guy off the map because he will roll stealth. Let's see how that goes.
Because he is deceased.
No, he's not dead. Who else is on there that was visible? The rest of them will roll stealth again and try and get away without being noticed. Ooh. 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 There was a lot. No, I just kept rolling.
19,
There was 12 of them?
They were scared of us?
Yeah. All right. With that, I mean, on your next turns, you guys can try and look for them, but none of them are in immediate sight.
Does anyone remember which way Thiefith got dragged? We should go that way to find them.
Cephas got dragged?
Where's Cephas?
Are you guys not going to take turns anymore? You're just
I'm getting my goat down.
I need to take turns to do healing for people.
Yeah.
all right. So Clonus first, real quick. Clonus, top of the round, roll strength save for what's his face.
17.
Okay, no damage.
I will first turn. It's my turn, right? Yeah.
Sure.
My first. I will just heal.
Well, you want to
up.
cut Oberon down, right? Byron, I'm not going to say you have to roll or anything. With like no immediate threat, you kind of crawl up there as best you can and kind of.
Titus 8.
Heck yeah.
Anybody who needs healing, come now.
Okay, so you have 9 rounds of 2d6, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just divide out portions of 2d6 amongst the people. I mean, anybody could get to you
Yeah.
within this portion of time at various stages.
if I can.
Yes, I'll definitely take some if
I
you don't
will
mind.
go around 11.
Oh, sorry, 3 more.
5.
5 for Lumen.
Yeah, you could. I'll give you 2.
Oh, look.
Holic, 8.
Bonus.
8.
2.
9.
Suckers.
5. 9.
What about Edovard?
Okay. 8.
I really don't need it. I would make that clear.
Oh, I thought you.
I really don't need it.
Clonus, one of
You
the...
already got 2. 8.
8 for me?
Yeah.
Second round?
5.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Stand.
Nailed it. A lot of
I
healing.
should have took one of those.
Should have.
I'm not that bad though.
All right, with that, people
Resummon
rushing to
Victor.
you. You see some silhouettes out of the swirling fogs. You're just shooting these stars of healing at all of your allies. And then when you are drained of this energy, you realize just how sore you are.
Yeah. I'm like, this wasn't going to help anyway. I just sat on the cart.
Yeah. Yeah, your ribs, your breath hurts so bad. It's difficult for you to stand. And then as you lie down, you're almost in more pain now that your body is just like lying there. So sore. All right, what are you guys doing?
I resummoned Viv during that time.
Okay.
Where's Cephas?
Oh, I
We need to find Cephas.
I agree, but running, trying to find Cephas in Elven territory, that's dangerous. So
We all head that way.
You rushed the direction that you thought you
I'm just gonna send soap.
I'm jumping on Oberon and we're going to just charge towards
Did
where I
anybody
think
see where
Cephas would go.
Almonte
Can I try
went?
tracking?
The
Roll a
monster.
survival check.
El Mounter.
Roll a
El
perception
Mounter?
check for
I don't know.
your bird.
Did you see where El Mounter went?
That one.
Okay.
21
Let's see
for
if
my
it's
The
survival.
opposite direction of Cephas.
I think we should go for Cephas direction.
Okay, following Titus's survival check, you see he sees clearly the drag marks of Clonus, and then where it's broken through the branches, you go beyond those bushes you saw, and you see more drag marks just for quite a distance, and then more. Yeah, sorry, Cephas. What was your bird?
18.
18. Okay. Around all these trees and beyond, you see scratch marks and broken. I mean, for whatever reason with Cephas, they just grabbed him and kept going.
whatever reason.
Probably didn't want him getting out. I mean, he's huge. But then they got you.
But then you got big.
So for you, the bird just soaring around these different trees. Eventually, though, it does seem as though the scratch marks and stuff along the trees, along the ground, just stop.
Oh no.
You follow to where the bird goes, and you see off into the distance, like quite a ways ahead, you see these large prints that match probably one of those dinosaurs. All right. You keep following them. How long are you guys all going to just walk?
I'm at the cart.
You go back to the cart?
Because I don't think the cart can cut through the...
No.
I'm going on Oberon.
Okay.
I'm following right behind Titus.
Detect magic ritual.
Okay, so it's Edovard and Lumen still with the cart, and everybody else is tracking.
Is Venora staying or going?
Okay. So, how long are you guys going to follow these before telling your friends that, like, you go for 5 minutes tracking these things through the forest?
Can we try to slowly make our way through the forest? Is there any
With the
way
cart?
that the cart? Okay, I didn't know if it was like
know.
a speed thing or.
It's
The cart is great, but it kind of has to stay restricted to the.
Are you going on like way far ahead as fast as you can on Oberon?
I can go 40.
I'm assuming he has to follow Titus's tracking.
Okay.
Like, unless he just wants to go in a direction that he doesn't know.
No, I have to follow Titus, so wherever Titus goes.
Titus is finding tracks, occasional droppings, a bit of blood. He's finding broken branches. He rolled pretty high on his tracking. Okay, so you guys follow for 5 minutes this winding road, but mostly going towards the north. Keep going.
Do we want to go get everyone, or what's going on?
I think we need to find him.
We really should find Cephas.
We don't leave anyone.
Okay, I keep going.
As you leave 3 of your companions.
We know they're alive. We know
Yeah,
they're at, and they have
Um,
message. We Cephas is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep following 10, 15, 20 more minutes, tracking through. I mean, the speed of this thing, you're not going to gain on it, especially with all of you going at different speeds, and some of you are pretty slow. But you 3, Lumen, while you guys do that, Lumen, you did detect magic ritually, so 11 minutes of that. Nothing magical in the area, other than what you would expect from your friends. 20 more minutes after that go by, and your other friends have not returned. The rest of you keep tracking. After about 30 minutes, the trail seems like it splits up. Go ahead and roll another survival check.
I'll help him.
Can I guess locate
so
object?
get advantage.
Locate object?
Yes.
Okay, on what object?
And I'm doing it on Cephas's sword. Did he always?
It's within 1,000 feet, just so you know.
Within
that.
1,000 feet. Yes. Do I detect it?
No.
It's not within 1,000 feet of
1,000
us.
feet's not. 1,000 feet is a fifth of a mile. And remember, you did this after 40 minutes of travel, right? Of you guys not quite gaining on them.
Okay.
Well, you just hit the point where the trail seems to split into 3 separate trails. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
That's 17.
17? Okay. It seems as though there are 2 trails now, and you are unsure of how recent which one is, but 2 that seem to be trails of this creature going in almost the same direction. Like, one is continuing the direction you were just going almost to a T, and the other one kind of branches off slightly, and you're unsure of which one is more recent. Another one is clearly like just elves, or a direction that just elves went, based on what's broken and how big of an area it left behind. So you have to pick either northeast, or
I find it
north.
unlikely the dumb animal would hit the point and divert its path. I think it would continue straight, so that's the one I'm going.
You continue? Well, at this point, while you're kind of figuring this out, sorry, go ahead, Clonus, you were saying something.
I'm gonna stay with Titus no matter where it happens, but we've been at it for about an hour, 45 minutes now. I don't know where he is. I feel concerned because we are leaving injured party members behind, but yet we also have a party member that we have to find. I know that he would not stop searching for us, so thus we should probably continue to search, but we need a way to communicate with our rest of our party and let them know and see what they want to say.
Is Soap with them, too?
If he is, I've already come out of his eyes, so I won't be able to go
Soap
in.
is with them? Okay. Oh, you wouldn't be able to go in at this point. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he's too far away. I'm gonna look at Soap. Soap, can you go back? With your permission, Titus, if you agree with this. We send Soap back, Titus, to the group. We tell them to continue on to the main town, and we keep following us 4. Who's all?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you,
4 of you.
You're with us, Ed? Or
I thought you said you did, right?
I'm with you right now, but I am.
You can head back.
Wanting to head back.
You should
There
head.
you go. There's your messenger.
There you go. You head back. We send you back.
Yep.
Us 3 will continue on. You guys go to the main town, and then when you get to the main town,
We can
message us where you're at. We'll see if we can figure out where we're at. Give us about 45 more minutes out here hunting, and if we can't get them in that much time, we'll head back
It's
to town.
about the time that it takes for him to get back to them.
I'll say, Holik, since you're traveling by yourself and you know this forest well, you
I
can
can
make
go
that
faster,
45-minute trek in 30 minutes.
He'll make it a lot faster. So he'll be there in about 30 minutes. It'll give them enough time to get into town. Once they get into town and settled, they'll send us a message. We'll say if we have him or not, and then we'll be able to respond to that message. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Holik, you dash off into the forest back the way you came, and you guys pick a route. Picking that one that you said.
Pick her out. Is it well enough that Clonus on himself that by himself could rush ahead?
He points it out to you as I will make you roll a survival check to keep it.
Yeah.
And as long as you roll as good as he did, which was a 17, right? As long as you roll a 17 or higher, you can keep it.
Okay.
I was also
Until
helping
he
him
would
find
lose
that.
it.
-1. 13.
Okay, yeah. You notice it and you start going off ahead, right? And doing your best. You go fairly quickly. I mean, a good like 20 or 30 feet faster than they can.
Oberon's going to dash as much as he can.
Like hopping from root to root and then through these little trails that he finds. And then you guys continue off in that direction as well. Okay. Rushing in that direction.
But if he at all wavers on the decision of the trail, he will stop and wait for them to catch up to him so that he can help
That's what
make a
happens in
decision.
about 15 minutes. So about 15 minutes, you are confident. You're no longer confident in which direction to continue. So you stop, and a few minutes go by, and they catch up with you. Titus, you still see where the trail is going, and so you kind of point it out to him. You lead them now. I'm assuming now at this point, kind of together, or do you want to go ahead again?
I want to go ahead. As soon as I feel confident again, I'm going ahead. Okay. My goal is just to push ahead as fast as I can, and hope that if I run over
survival check,
if I run into them before they get there, then I can stop them, and we can make a plan. 17.
Okay. He points the trail out to you again. You do your best to follow it, and you rush ahead. Now another 10 minutes, continuing. And this time it's starting to kind of like wind and weave slightly in a strange serpentine motion almost. But there's still these big, Allosaurus tracks and large scrapes along the sides of trees and broken rocks here and there, and drops of blood and occasionally little bits of gore from what looks like furry animals that it's eaten occasionally, just leaving parts of it behind. And occasionally, too, you see like additional tracks beside it. It seems like at this point now, elves, not more of the dinosaurs, elves have started traveling with it too. So they all seem to have converged and met up, and they're all traveling together, which kind of makes it easier to follow. Most of those tracks you see for like a moment, and then you'll lose them completely. Then you think you see another one, you lose them. Those ones are much more well hidden. These guys are careful, but occasionally you see one or two, and you're like, okay, there's enough difference here that quite a few individuals are traveling with them. But the Allosaurus, it's hard for them to cover those tracks real well. As you continue, now 25, 30 minutes ahead, there's a portion where as you're approaching, the trees are very tightly packed up against one another, almost like a wall, to the point where Oberon could not continue forward. You would have to get off Oberon and like squeeze to the side. It is this strange, like, unnatural growth pattern of trees where they're already kind of occasionally like pretty close to each other, and Oberon's having to like weave between different ones to follow the trail. But ahead of you, you see like one and another one right beside it, and Oberon tries to go around those, and he's just finding all these trees grown up right next to each other, not to literally have no seam, but it's like a foot at different places, or like 8 inches, like 14 inches, like not enough for Oberon to get through. You don't know how, but you see that the tracks of the dinosaurs stop here.
I'm going to pull away.
And you can kind of see through it, and it looks like through this, it goes about 2 trees deep worth of this kind of wall, and then the second unit of trees, second layer, are slightly off to the side to kind of provide even more of a difficult, so you'd have to like weave through them to get through. But you can kind of see through a little bit, and you see that beyond that, it just continues like it was, this forest.
Is the wall flat in nature? Like, is it more like a rounded? Do I see a curvature of the trees, or do I see it just
Make a perception check. It's going to be difficult.
Flat as the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be difficult, like with all the other trees are kind of getting in the way, but you're going to see it as far as you can with this.
14.
Okay. And you kind of go up and down it. You see after a little ways, like maybe a quarter mile. A little less than that. Like, it starts to curve. Yeah. It's not like a quick rounded curve, but it is starting to curve, so it seems like it's blocking off a portion of this forest. Like a large, round portion. Or this could be a half circle. You don't know how far it goes, but you go for about, I'd say, 5 minutes, and you're seeing it's curving.
I'm not going to go very far.
Okay.
And then I'm going to quickly spin around and then head back towards
I'll say with your roll earlier, you're back to where you were, so that way you're not lost from that.
I want to be close enough that I could be like, that right there is this.
Like 10 feet.
But I don't want to be... I want to be a little farther than that.
15 feet.
30 feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait for them.
Okay. About 5 minutes. Actually, no, it'll be about 10 minutes goes by, and they get there. So at this point, you guys are at, what is that, the 40-minute mark?
Yeah.
Out of the 45?
Okay, guys. There's a tree wall ahead of us. I don't know how they got through. You see the tracks here, Titus? They're basically pushing through they went through this tree wall thing. And I explained what's going on with the trees there. So, what do you guys want to do?
At this point, too, it's getting dark in the forest. Not totally pitch black. You know there's still sunlight, but those shadows cast by the trees because of the lowness of the sun are getting longer and longer.
I know that I have dark vision. I can stay out tonight, but I won't be able to see forever. How do you guys feel?
Maybe we just wait until we hear from them.
Want to wait here, or do we want to? We can wait here. That works with me. I'm thinking about casting locate object, see if he's within 1,000 feet of us again, but I don't know if it's worth it or not.
I definitely would try to cast that spell there, Clonus. And if we get a hit on that, then we know that this would be the area where Cephas would be at. I just don't think it's wise for us, just the three of us, to go and charge in.
I don't want to charge in past this wall really without being in communication with our team, because past this wall is probably their headquarters.
It's their fortress.
And we're no match. Us three, as strong as we are no match against an army.
We'll have to take note on how to get back here.
Yeah.
Maybe people in town will know something we don't.
Let me cast locate object real quick. Cast locate object.
You sit there, and can the other two of you roll a perception check while he's doing this?
It's so good. 23.
My protection.
Okay. While he's doing this, he's focusing on his holy symbol, closing his eyes. Titus, you hear kind of in the distance, beyond that wall, this like... So as these like moments where you're focusing, Titus, you just kind of like focus on the forest, and you hear these drums in the distance, these tribal drums, it sounds like. And then just some echoing like...
I'll relay that info.
Just as you finish the spell, and you... Ding, 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 not audible to the rest of you, but we'll say for you, there is just this little like... Ding, ding, in the distance.
How far away? Does it say
it is beyond the wall of those trees.
Beyond the wall.
I'll even say it seems like a weak signal.
Weak signal? Weak?
He doesn't have 4 bars. He must not be in jail.
2G. He has 2G.
They have 2G. Guys, they took him. They have 2G. They found him.
It's behind the wall. It's a ways past the wall.
And Titus, you said you heard those sounds.
You hear sounds in there? Are they like chanting of people? Or is it...
Or drums and the occasional whooping.
That's good enough information for me.
That's not going to be good.
Do we want to go get the rest of our crew?
What we should do is wait for that. We should start heading back. Let's make sure we locate this place.
Can I use my claws and kind of create like a path to easily spot on the way back?
So you're like going to mark different branches with a symbol at each... Sure. At what intervals?
Every 100 feet is acceptable.
You're going to carve a little...
That way we're not stopping a ton.
A little T. The only symbol you know.
You guys are going to hear Titus going like
smart.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
I'll say roll a survival check for me. whatever you roll, that you take
20.
that- I was gonna say, whatever you roll, that number subtracted from 25 will be the DC you have to hit on a survival check to successfully follow it later, which means you just need to roll a 5 or above on a survival check and you can follow that trail.
That's
later.
my minimum.
Yeah. That doesn't mean anybody doing that. That just means you. Yeah. Anybody else checking it will need to roll a 20 or higher to track it.
What about me?
You're
Does
with
that help
him. I'll say yours will be a 20, or I'm sorry, that was subtracted from a 30, which means you could have to roll a 10 or above because he marked it really well. But anybody else who has to roll what you rolled in order to track it. I think that's a cool system.
I like that. You just come up with it?
I made it up.
Right there and then there.
You know where it came from? Right out of my armpit.
He pulled it right out of his armpit.
Jerry.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay, let's head back.
Let's do it.
Well, let's see if we can get their message because their message should be here in the next.
All right, so switching over to you guys. You make it to Wild Valley. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to go to the town.
It's like right in front of you. Remember, you were on the edge of the tree line for the forest, and you could see buildings, scattered buildings, at the edge of the town. So it's within 10 minutes of you to get to town proper.
Why are we going to town?
I don't know.
Why are we leaving them and going to town? They've been
They
gone.
said that's where they'd meet.
I can't follow them with the cart, so someone had to stay with that and do something with it until the plan was made. But
If we,
you guys can
I
go
assumed
one-
that we were stashing Lucky and
You guys can go
Like it's good.
1 mile in 20 minutes. This is effectively less than a mile away. Like, you can see town proper less than a mile away. That's why I think that they said it's going to take them 45 minutes or just now beyond an hour and 20 minutes to get to the edge of the tree line, and then they would be like 10 minutes from town.
You guys have been waiting for an hour and a half.
we can store
Yeah.
Lucky,
You
buy
don't have
some
to leave.
moves.
Holik just said they're going to keep going, and then instead of meeting us here,
Well, an hour 50.
they're going to meet us in town, is what he had said. But you don't have to go.
45, 30.
But if they're in trouble and we're just going to go wait in town,
Same thing's waiting here, right?
Yeah, it's the same
well, if
thing
I
as
know,
waiting
why aren't we
here.
going to them?
Because you couldn't take the cart, remember?
Can't we just leave the car here?
I would really hate for Lucky to die and the cart to
It
get
seems
ruined.
funny that you guys would wait this long to then be like, let's go find
Well,
out.
we had to wait until he came back
Yes.
because he's the one that told us that nothing that they
That's
still
true.
haven't found him.
Well, here's the thing. If they were going to kill him, they would have killed him. There's no reason, right?
So adding another 40 minutes to them contemplating and killing them is a good
No,
idea.
but yes. 40 minutes secure
I mean-
our horse.
It seemed that.
Also, the trek through the forest for you, Lexi, would be difficult.
Yes.
It would slow you guys down, but it wouldn't be impossible.
You guys, wherever you guys go, and just I go
It's
to
also
town.
getting very dark.
No, it's
It's
you're
Well,
still
like-
an hour from sunset, but
But it's going to,
in the woods, it's getting dark.
and it's gonna get very dark because we're not gonna have like starlight.
So you want to leave Cephas overnight?
I'm not.
No. I think we should go in at night. Try and get him out.
Yes. So you.
I want to at least get Lucky
So
out of the woods.
I am slow, and I will slow you guys down. I know that. So what if you guys just go, and I take him to the town, and then I meet up with you because I have sending. I can find you guys, and I could just bring Lucky back. I can ride Lucky, or I could just walk really slow.
Yeah, we should do it to save the elves from them trying to be taken in by Almager.
What?
Save the elves from a chance at them being taken in by Elmater. Is that what you said, Lumen?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Cephas is converting them.
We get there and it's a religious paradise.
Is it? Could I?
No,
well,
it's Jonestown, and Cephas is in charge.
Oh no!
All right, everyone.
With this wine, we will meet our god.
can I make a roll to see if I found a mounter? I didn't.
Sure.
I wasn't
Roll
gonna go far,
survival
but 13. Oh wait, actually 15.
Okay. With relative ease, about 10 minutes away, you see where the tracks stop, and there's just like glitter along the ground.
Good.
They killed him. Not on purpose, but maybe. Who knows?
That's good. So then he can at least it's not. Okay. That's good to know.
I mean, I could take Lucky into town. Because I have a place to
You
set
are
him up.
just stronger and faster than me.
Yeah.
So if you guys need to catch up to them quickly, it'd be better for the slow person who has contacting.
Can you still make that little bubble hut? You and I should go towards wherever they set up shop, a bit further away from whatever tree wall they talked about.
We don't know about tree.
We don't know about tree wall. We should go meet up with them, and then he should take Lucky back, because he's the quickest through the forest. He's got the most wherewithal.
What?
And your bird can take you.
My bird can keep an eye, and I don't think they'll...
What if Soap stayed with Holik? Can Soap find you or from anywhere?
Within
or?
a mile. So
if Soap stayed with him, he could lead. Soap could lead Holik to wherever we are from, where you last were. Probably. Unless you think you can find us without Soap's help.
I mean, I could find my way back to you guys without Soap's help.
Even to the new location? I'll leave markers.
Okay. Alright.
So you want to restate? What are you doing? Sorry.
He's going to town with Lucky and following the three of us to wherever they are, and I'm going to leave markings.
He's going to town and then turning around and following you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are leaving now
Yes.
to try and find them.
Yes.
You and Edovard.
Hi. Levi from the editing room here. I've decided to cut the next half an hour of audio out because somehow, after coming to this decision, we then decided to backtrack and retread all the same ground we just covered as we grow more and more impatient with one another. There were a couple of funny moments, and I've placed those at the end of the episode. The only information of note is that Venora won't send a message magically to the other half of the party in hopes of either sending it to Cephas or to cast a higher level spell instead. And now, as we come back in, I have a wonderful idea. Dude, I could just take him into town.
Go.
Because you guys are so slow. Yeah.
Go.
Send Vith ahead with the note. What's the note? You write a note or whatever. I'm gonna take Lucky into town.
Nope.
Do any of you speak Draconic? Okay, cool. Alright, Vith.
Yes, sir. What am I doing? I'm confused.
They're gonna tie a note to you,
Okay.
and then that guy's gonna tell you to run.
Which way?
Back to the
Rather
fork in the trail.
I am tracking them.
Yes.
Yes, you're tracking them
Understood.
from the fork.
I'm tracking
You know
the
which
three
way that they chose.
who were looking for Cephas.
Yes.
Understood. With a note that says something. Who cares?
We're meeting them.
Yeah,
there.
she's writing it. All right.
Something about what we're doing, I think. I'm an animal. It's not my job to know. He just runs off.
No, he has to wait for the note.
I wrote the note saying
you
that
already
we're
wrote the
meeting
note?
them.
Well, yeah, I
Say
assume
we're okay.
he doesn't run off. No, I'm saying I assume Venora does what. Well, maybe I shouldn't assume Venora's going to do what's asked of her. Maybe.
That's very true.
Okay.
He just relayed everything, and then leaves the note. And then leaves the note.
I'm sorry. I incorrectly assumed. You put a note that I'm assuming says, if you read this note, we are coming for you instead of going to town. Right? All right.
We're coming.
What if the elves wrote this, guys? Okay, and then Vith runs in that direction.
Yes.
And then you guys also go in that direction?
Yes, except for
Except for Holik,
And I take the horse
who
into town.
alone now, which was trying to be avoided. Yeah.
Why don't you just go to the first farm, pay him 10 gold,
Dude,
and have
Don't
them
worry about it.
flipping close.
No, don't worry about it. I think Holik's got it.
Yeah,
No
I-
offense.
close.
He's been here. You know he's been here. He knows what he's doing.
Who lives here?
This is the plan.
Happens to be that maybe that first farm might be his house.
He's born here.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that would have been great information.
It was shared. You said you had a house.
I said I know the place
Oh, yeah,
super
yeah.
well.
I heard you. I didn't know you own property. That's a big difference. I know the back of my hand. I don't own a house on it.
You want a house?
I know I'm not the best with time, but do you think they forgot about us?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna keep putting teeth.
Titus, let's keep making these teas and heading back. Maybe they got ambushed, and that's why they can't send message to
Oh,
us.
you're right. Maybe they're dead.
Does Lucky have message?
Yes.
Lucky's a sorcerer.
It's this. He spits on the ground, stomps his foot in a little bit, takes a crap. And then he wipes it around and makes a big circle with it, and he says, that says...
That's like the conversation we're having.
That was very good.
Leave it in. Most of what just happened needs to get cut, but that enough of it needs to be saved, so that is a good joke. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I have work in the morning.
Same. So Vith, I tried to end this 30 minutes ago. Vith runs off into the forest. You guys make your way. I need you guys to make who's walking a survival check. I need Vith to make a survival check. Holik does not.
Guidance. Myself.
Yes.
Oh, on Viz? Thanks.
He said himself.
I know.
Does he need
know
a
he
survival
said
check?
I know he said that.
18.
Okay.
18.
Okay. For Vith, right?
Viz.
Don't have to copy me. All right. Vith rushes off. Vith will have no issue. It doesn't matter. And you guys continue in that direction as well. Holik, with ease, you know where you live. You rush back. Unfortunately for your family, you're like, I gotta go. But you, I'm assuming that's where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You go home immediately. Your wife runs up, wraps her arms around you. Tell me everything. You've been gone. I've missed you so much.
Rain check.
Your daughter rushes to your side. Dad.
I hug them both very close. I kiss them both. I reach out and I pull out a sack of gold and platinum that I had set aside. I hand it to them and I go, I'm really sorry.
You do notice, just wrapping your arms around your wife, she feels thinner.
And
it's been meager meals while you've been gone.
Yeah, it's quite a hefty amount of gold that I'm giving them.
This could feed us for years.
Yeah. It's 200 gold and platinum mixed. And
a horse and cart.
The horse and cart is owned by friends of mine. Really good horse.
You made friends.
You will meet them soon enough, but I really have to go.
What?
They need me. We got ambushed in the forest. I will explain everything. And I hug them really tight again.
You see tears
I'm so sorry.
of joy welling up in her eyes, and she says, as much as I'd like to say that it pains me that you're leaving so early, I know you'll be back soon, and it's to do an honorable thing. I love you, husband.
I love you too. And I give her a big kiss, and then I kiss my daughter on the forehead.
Dad, stop.
I'll be right back.
And tears welling up in my eyes.
Just as you go, your daughter grabs your arm. You see she's wearing leather armors. Should I come too?
No. Stay here. I'll explain everything once I get back. Just
Don't
keep your
let
mother
this
safe.
be the last time we see you.
It won't be.
Okay, and you pull away and run?
I turn and I start crying as I'm sprinting out of town again.
All right. Roll a survival check, Holik. You full Tom Cruise run through the trees.
21.
Wow. I will let you travel at a fast pace because you know the forest so well. You've hunted here for years, and because of that roll. So you will catch up to them quickly.
Wow, what a
Basically,
great idea to send him.
The 10, that was why I was decided originally, I think.
Yeah.
The 10 minutes
I know.
to the town, to your house, which is on the outskirts of town. The 10 minutes back, and then another 10 minutes in the forest, and already. So 30 minutes into your guys' traveling, Holik catches up. Actually, it'd be 15 minutes more, so 25 minutes for you. Sorry, so 35 minutes, excuse me. Whatever.
Math.
It doesn't matter. But 35 minutes into your guys' traveling, you just hear crashing through the trees. You turn around just in time. If it was an enemy, you'd be in trouble. Holik.
And then I Tom
crashes
Cruise
through.
sprint past you guys doing the corner.
He hit us with the get out.
He's just emotionless, tears though. Like a scream behind him.
Animal.
and
And with that rushing past you guys, you all pick up your pace a little bit, rushing towards them. So let me briefly do some mental math here.
Instead of doing mental math, Jerry decided to create a detailed diagram which can be found at discord.gg/ChristianInfluence, where you can find other like-minded people who also enjoy this incredible podcast.
So Team 6 is here, at the tree line, at the end of the trail, discovering all the things they discovered. Well, I'm just going to give it to you. You discover it. You get there.
They don't know Kelowna. They don't know.
No, but they discover this is where it ends, and I don't know why, and they hear distant drums.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to you. No offense to you guys. It's just easier. Clonus, you've been at town about 15 minutes.
We've been looking for them. We can't
I'm
find
just
them.
going to say, looking around, you guys all have dog crap perceptions.
Dang it.
So, all three of you roll a perception check.
11.
5? Come on, Titus.
It's an 18.
Yes.
Titus, on the way back, you're in town, right? You see Lucky outside this little home that's like right on the edge of town. And I'm not gonna get to I had a cool description for Wild Valley and everything, but we're not gonna do that yet. You see Lucky. I mean,
Hey, isn't that Lucky?
That is.
They must be here.
Oh, we got. Let's head over to the house.
You head over to the house. You see. Would you describe your wife and child for me? Well, the child. Describe the child with the horse quickly.
Okay, you see like a 18 to 20-year-old girl with Lucky. She's like just under 6 foot.
That's good.
In love,
all right.
or whatever.
Brushing Lucky's hair and like cleaning Lucky out. You can get better later. As that's going on, you guys walk up. Immediately, you see her like pull a little sword and look at you.
No. That's our friend's horse. Do you know?
He said he was coming to look for you. Is he okay? He didn't find you.
I'm sorry. What?
Wait.
Hi, I'm Titus.
Hi. So hold on.
He draws and
We're
points at
all
Titus.
friends of, I'm guessing, your father.
What is his name?
It has to be. Clonus would know this.
Sure.
No, stop. I'm gonna say. No, it's his name. I can't remember his name. Byron's blind.
Of course you can't.
It's Holik. His name is Holik. Holik. Yes.
Holik, thank you. But we're friends of Holik. My name is Clonus. I was from this town. Me and your father, we headed out. We had to go on an adventure.
I remember you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do remember you.
I was the weird guy with the books.
I remember.
Okay, so
where is he? He said he was coming to find you.
Well, we had this
we have
interaction
we
with
don't
a
have
bunch of elves.
we don't have
one of our party members.
Yes.
That
Stop. So right now, one of our friends got lost, and we were trying to find him.
Okay.
And we split up. You said your father's coming to find
all
us.
this would have been avoided if we stuck to the plan.
Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna go find your father, and so we're gonna backtrack a little bit. Let's head to the. If you guys are okay with it, we're gonna head through the way that we came, so we can get as quick as we can back to the spot, because they're gonna meet us up at the tree wall. I'm guessing. Let's head back that way. So we're gonna start heading that way.
Okay.
We'll leave her.
Which means you'll encounter Vith sooner.
We'll encounter Vith in about 7 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
We'll find Vith. Vith, what are you doing here? Oh, look at this. There's a note. Oh, they're coming after us. They're coming to find us at the tree wall. They should have just sent us a message like we asked them to.
But she only has one spell slot, but you don't know that.
Narrative.
So, you meet Vith about here.
Perfect.
All right. So from here.
Vith, I would like you to charge back and tell your master.
Can Vith understand this?
No, he can only speak for
He only understands speech of counter. But Clonus would try.
I start speaking Elvish to him. Do you understand me? I speak Dwarven. Can you understand me? Do you guys speak any other languages?
Does he speak giant? I speak giant.
Does he speak halfling?
Does he speak Aquan?
Vith just nudges the note.
You hear weird, deep
I
speech.
grab my fancy pen and I go like this. We're coming to you. Don't pass the wall. Boom. Go. Find. Go. Just point.
You just
Roll an
watch.
intelligence check for this, please.
Oh no, he's dumber than a rock.
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. Head back to master. Go home. Go home. 17. Go home.
Holy.
Go home.
Turns, bolts.
Good.
We should start running.
We're moving. We're moving
Yes,
now.
we should.
You guys have been here for 20 minutes. 25, sorry. They start coming back. This to this, we originally said this was an hour and 20. So you guys are an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you guys have been at the wall for about an hour and 35 minutes.
By the time we return.
Which means in totality, this whole ordeal has taken 45. We're going to say 3.25 hours.
We can make that into a movie.
We're coming up on 9 o'clock.
So the sun has set.
Guys, so look. If you look at that picture, That's the same drawing that Lucky drew on the ground. That's called horse crap. Do you not see this? Thank you.
I made the initial voyage into town.
Foreshadowing, it's a hoof print of crap.
So Lucky is an eldritch being. Lucky was like, I couldn't answer. What did Lucky say?
This is.
I can speak too. I can write a message. That's how I feel about this conversation. You guys should have just read it in his prints.
So in this 17 hours that this has taken, do we get a short rest at all during any of that?
No, we don't get.
No, because you guys haven't stopped traveling.
Okay, I was just curious.
I know. I'm sorry.
I was just kidding.
All right. So when we get all right, hang on. So
Are you guys staying at the wall and waiting at the wall for us? What are you guys gonna do? Because you don't know that we haven't got the note yet.
Byron, we haven't known this whole time. Shut up. We're coming, man.
no, but they would assume that you got the note. That's the plan. If they're going to stick to it, that's what they're sticking to, which is they're getting here and waiting for you guys.
Why don't we just start a fire?
No.
Forest
No.
A forest fire.
Mike, I love you, but just can we get through this quickly? Okay. We don't need to deviate. I'm sorry if it was a normal session and I didn't need to leave an hour ago. I would say go for it, but
Same.
all right. So an hour and 35 minutes. You guys wait at the wall, experiencing all the sensations that they did, the sounds, the smells. The understanding, just short of knowing that Cephas is there. Did you say you wanted to send a message to Cephas, or are you waiting?
I was waiting until we all got together.
Praise God. So they reach you guys after an hour and a half. You can take another short rest if you need it. Hour and a half goes by. You guys trudging back through the forest the way you just came.
We're tired.
You are. You reach, finally, them. And Titus, you're like, thank goodness I left this marking for us. You easily, just like, and I'll say, shaves 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Titus, you're the real.
So an hour and a half clean.
You're the real one here.
Actually, I'm sorry. About an hour and 10 minutes goes by, and Fifth comes back with a note that says, what? We're coming.
We're coming.
So you guys are like, good.
Good.
They got the note. And then about 20 minutes later, they show up.
Amazing.
And Vith is just like shaking his tail.
I did it.
I did a good job. I fixed everything. Literally nothing would have worked if I hadn't done this.
Literally.
And then you guys are there. And you sit outside this wall of trees.
Why did you not send us a message?
I don't have any spells.
Why did you say that in the beginning?
You guys left. I didn't know you guys were going to come that long.
You guys had already left before that idea.
You immediately left. Which is fine. Like, we've all been in. We totally granted. Partners lost. But here's the thing. If we don't communicate before we leave, that communication that wasn't had dies and is corrupted and grows into a amalgamation where we're both miscommunicating with each other because we can't communicate over long distances. We're trying to conserve resources. Our friend was captured. So let's just... joint operation.
Birds in his shell. Yeah. Yep. Parents are fighting. I'll just boost my AC.
After seeing Titus, just retracting, I also retracted myself to not blow up.
I also retracted his shell.
He retracts into his armor.
Yeah, but you take a step back, right?
So, information that we have. A lot of confusion here. I did not realize that you only had one spell slot. That you could only send one message. I found Cephas. He's 1,000 feet that way. And I point towards the direction that I had the point. Okay? I can't cast it again. I burned all my spells trying to locate where he was because I don't want to leave a member behind. If you guys would have messaged us, we could have stayed here, we could have caught up, and we could have probably done it sooner. But I didn't know that you only had one spell slot. So that was my bad.
It's okay.
Information that way. So, now that we're here, what are we going to do? Because going past that wall, I'm going to gesture towards the wall that is 35 feet away.
You can be as far away as you like it to be. You know where it is.
Yeah.
60-ish.
65.
Sounds good.
Whatever. Gesture to the wall. Once we go past that wall, we're probably going to get in hostile territory. You guys could probably hear the drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's past there. We could try sending him a message, but if he's knocked out, the message will get burnt.
Yeah.
And we waste the message that... Anyway.
So then what we'll do is, you guys said you have a group chat without me, right? Why don't you guys talk about this between now and then? We're definitely not playing next week. We're playing in a week after, at least, at the earliest. So why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves in that group, come up with a plan based on the information you know. So with this, you guys carefully contemplating, making some plans. 65 feet away from this wall, you know that about 1,000 feet away is Cephas' sword beyond that wall of trees. Contemplating what you're going to do next, well after sunset. We'll pick up there next time.
I want Kaiju Titus so bad.
Shadows rise and fires gleam of lore and legend we dare to dream. Steel in hand and hearts aflame, we carve our path, we claim our name. Raise the blade, sound the cry of lore and legend, we'll never die. We fight as one, the people's hand, their hope, their strength across the land. Darkened woods and stormy skies, the call of fate, it never lies. Through dungeon depths and dragon's roar, our tale will live forevermore. Raise the blade, sound the cry of lore and legend, we'll never die. We fight as one, the people's hand, their hope, their strength across the land. Sound the cry of lore and legend, we'll never die. We fight as one, the people's hand, their hope, their strength across the land.
I see Holik more than I can. Than I can see Titus.
What was that?
That was a drink.
Was there something?
Yes.
It's a puddle about a quarter.
Oh no, most of it went on their stuff.
Yeah.
It's about a quarter.
You know where the rocks are? At the end of the
Do you want me to? Do you want me to roll or do you want to roll?
It's kind of hard to clean.
I'll roll it. It's my thing. Can I have a d6?
The wind?
Yeah, the window.
No, it was. I think she bumped it, right?
No, it was over the window.
The wind knocked over a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been up there the whole time.
Kidding, Mike. I hope that wasn't.
No.
You're hairy.
I'm so sorry. Insulting.
Insult? How's that an insult?
Hey.
He's testosterone is pumping through his veins, dude.
It is.
Why are you
And out of his skin.
In today's society, you can't be saying something like that, man.
Yes, I can. Watch me stop, not get stopped.
Wait, watch me get stopped.
Watch me stop and not get stopped. I'm stopping and not getting stopped. I decide. You don't.
I decide. I'm the
Titus is dead.
You know what? I'm gonna kill you. Just for that.
You know what? Titus
You're the one that
gets a heart
stumbled. No, Titus, I'm slitting your throat. When you're not here.
Chasm.
At home during prep tomorrow, I'm gonna slit Titus's throat and then get back to you next week. Unless you don't know if the trail deviated, but yes.
I can't hear you, Jerry. I can't hear you on the microphone, Jerry.
They'll never know what he
I
said.
knew what I was doing. Live I can find it. It doesn't matter. A lot of this I think might get.
Jerry said that we all get legendary swords.
Hang on.
Jerry,
It's an audience. I'm gonna
Jerry-
set this thing straight.
Jerry said we all get $1,000.
We leveled up.
Yeah, your characters get $1,000 US.
What can I do with it?
They wouldn't even know it's money. It's just paper with a guy's face on
No,
it.
it's not backed by the gold standard anymore.
I'm going to be totally honest. Here's my vote. I don't think they're going to kill him. If they would have done it. They're elves.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think in 30 minutes they're going to change their mind. Maybe in 30 years, right?
I just don't think lucky is that important.
You can have a point of inspiration because real good lore logic right there. Just like I love that they're not going to change your mind in 30 minutes. It might take 30 years. Like that was good. That was good.
Anyway.